Today, we're jumping in to rebuild the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Our goal is to bring them to an NCAA championship, but along with that, we have a couple more goals that I think are going to help in this rebuild. Our first goal is to win a Big Ten championship. We're not going to be able to win the college football playoffs without a Big Ten championship win, so that's going to be a must. But from there, with prolonged success, I want to have an above 66 win percentage. That means at least 8 wins a season, but facing off against teams like USC, UCLA, who are now coming over to the Big Ten, this could be interesting. But scrounging from the bottom of the Big Ten, the biggest focus is going to be on recruiting. During this rebuild, I want to have at least one top 25 class and one class within the top 10. And so with our goals being set, it's time to get into the rebuild. Today, we're stepping in to rebuild the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, and we're giving ourselves 6 years to do it. To encapsulate a full rebuild, obviously we need to walk away with an NCAA championship, but we're putting together a couple other objectives to hopefully help us reach that pinnacle point. Outside of winning a national championship, I want to finish with an above 66% record, which means over 8 wins a season. And along with that, I want to finish with 2 top 30 recruiting classes in the nation. But lastly, during this rebuild, I wouldn't call it complete unless we won 2 Big Ten championships and have at least 5 players drafted to the NFL. In year number 1, a lot of our offense is going to be built around Kyle Monagai, who's going to be our starting running back. But the questions arrive for me at the quarterback position between Shepard and Callum McInnes, with Shepard only being a sophomore plus 2 overall points lower. He may be the guy that gets the starting nod, but Holland Pierce is going to be another big player for us. He's going to be at the left tackle position, but he's a senior that we need to replace immediately. But it looks like our biggest position of need is going to be our linebacking core between left, outside, and right linebackers. But our biggest position of need is going to be linebackers. Yes, Garland's here as a sophomore, but Powell as well as Torrey are both seniors, and we need to replace them as soon as possible. And the same goes with our cornerbacks, Longerbeam, Rogers, both of them about to leave us. And so as you can see, we do have our work cut out for us to maintain our Big Ten prowess. But to replace those guys, we need to build out a really strong recruiting class, as I've already identified a couple of gems that I think we could add to our roster and have some success with. But it is nice to see that we already got a right tackle to commit to us just by offering him a scholarship. But to start this season, we are going to be playing FCSD, where luckily enough, unlike some other Madden creators, we can actually go ahead and beat them. But going back now to the recruiting, I'm getting a little worried because Martin Slade is still choosing Penn State over us. And with this being a losing battle, we're going to go ahead and get rid of him and focus our quarterback attention somewhere else. But as we're building out this recruiting class, we're recruiting heavily out of the state of New Jersey, our home state. But with one of our biggest recruits coming in for a visit this weekend, we're going to need to try to walk away with a win against number 12th ranked Washington. This is also going to give us an awesome option to check out what our roster is really like here. Is Monagai on the outside? He's going to almost pick up the first. But with Shepard having 89 speed here, I love just the ability to take off and run with him at any time. But the recruit we are bringing in today is actually a quarterback, as we're going to hit this inside route. But I just want to see if we can score here on this opening possession as we get hit as we throw. So it could go very, very poorly here, as the tight end's actually going to be open, but he drops the football. But jumping in before the end of the first half here, we need to go to the air to try to pick something up, as we do break a tackle. We're down the sideline with Dremels. He does break another one, but now running with Kyle, I want to be able to hit the hole clean here, as the spin move from him is dirty as he does break a tackle. And even though the clock isn't on our side here, it's still okay with just running the football forward, as on 3rd and inches, we're going to give him the ball again here, trying to go to the outside, and we almost break through the linebacker. But now we'll finally go back to the air here, as we just really need to win this game. Slant route coming through, almost a first. Kyle leaking out here, could get a score here. One-on-one with the linebacker. He makes the catch and the first down, and we'll burn a timeout, as we'll see if we can put this one in here. RPO run, and we're going to find the hole with Kyle as he gets forward, but with almost no time left. Shepard, power play. He does not get in, as I'm going to burn one of our last timeouts here. We're going power look. Kyle's got to get in here, as we do fall forward, and I hope that the recruits are looking at this now, because we have the lead against a ranked team going into halftime. But after Rutgers punched in a score, making it 24-20, as we jump back in, we have to pick up this first down here. Kyle trying to find his way forward. We now bring ourselves to a crucial 3rd down, where we just have to pick this up. Shepard scrambling, Shepard looking, Shepard taking off down the field, trying to get forward. It's 4th and 1, but coach suggestion says go for it, so we are going to go for it. Jet sweep here and just cut it up, and we do get the first down. And so the risky play paid off. We may have won a recruit over, as Kyle gets the carry and they burn their last one. But already in year number 1, we may knock off a top ranked school, as we're going to try to hit get another run, hit this hole hard with Kyle and just go down. But one more first down is all that is needed here, as we're actually going to scramble out, getting chased here, just try to dump it off, and we don't even stop the clock. And so now we have to punt this ball away, try to pin them deep, as the Washington Huskies are going to have a chance, but we rally and tackle, and we're going to be coming out in 5 wide here. Something across the middle is a great knockdown. Igbenosum in there to make the play, but now they go corners concept out to the outside again, and another knockdown coming out. Longer beam there was the one that got it, so it's 3rd and 10, 45 seconds left. We're watching this crosser as they're going to go to the outside. Longer beam couldn't get the knockdown, and they step out of bounds. So now things will continue here for the Huskies. They're going to snap the football here, go for verticals, throw this underneath, and it is going to be caught. We just can't let them get into the end zone. They can do whatever they want, get into field goal range, but Will Rogers in there at quarterback. Can we stop them? They go to the verticals concept again. We're watching up the seam, but they go to the outside, do get the first down and get out of bounds. But we're switching it up now, going man coverage. We're going to sit for anything crossing as they go to the outside, beat us on a corner route, and he steps out of bounds, 1st and goal. Man coverage, zone coverage, nothing's working as they are going to go to the air. We're watching anything quick and inside as it's caught for a touchdown. And so our defense may have blown this game. We got to have a great return coming back out, but Benjamin is going to be the one that gets the return, the backup running back. Can he make a play here? We're going to look for a seam as we almost do find it, but we're going to be going for verticals, trying to stretch the field a little bit. We're going to throw it to the tight end on the crosser, and the tight end's just got to get up the field and go down. 11 seconds. That was just a great play there, as I do see it up and over the top in the 4 verticals concept. We do hit the score. Maybe if we can get into the end zone, and it's a Rutgers comeback there. Heisman difficulty, all max sliders. It's tough every single time to play, but in Rutgers, a last-second finale here with 4 seconds left. But we're coming out in prevent right now. We're going to let them take this shot to the outside. They do get the completion, but we knock it out, and that is going to be the game. So hopefully we won this one for the recruits that came. A big win against Washington, 31-27, as we're actually undefeated in year number 1 so far. This was our first big test as a program. Obviously we're better than some of the lower tier conferences. What I'm focused on is our Big Ten performance, and today we come up big. But looking at it, he really liked that performance, jumping so much up in the commitment pool as we go from 3rd all the way up to 1st. But that win somehow did give us a ranking on the college football top 25, but I honestly don't think it's going to last that long in year number 1 unless we jump into almost every single game. But then it really wouldn't be a rebuild. But now we have our first true Big Ten test with us facing off against Wisconsin. But before we find out on how we did, Dennis Kuzi actually did commit to us a 4-star gem running back as well as a 4-star wide receiver. So those are 2 great recruits to add to our class. But Martin Slade, the guy we were worried about, the quarterback, he also committed as well over Michigan. With the icing on the cake, we did take down Wisconsin 55-24. Shepard is proving to be the better quarterback since we started him week 1, where he did walk away with 4 touchdown passes and player of the week. In fact, looking at the numbers right now, 16 touchdowns, 3 interceptions all through 6 games for us. He's been on a tear, as well as adding 334 yards on the ground. Johnny Shepard may have been the best coaching decision that we've made so far in this rebuild. The only bad part about our run right now is Rob Haig. I thought we were going to be able to get him, but Michigan came out of nowhere, put some points on the board in his commitment poll, and did steal him away from us. But at this point in the season, the new game that we need to look forward to is week number 11. I have scheduled almost every single one of our top prospects to come in during that time, but we still need to make it through USC, who is no joke in their own right. The roster is very good, and their overall is better than us, as we do finally take our first loss on the season, dropping to number 22 in the ranking, so it's still not that bad. But we did get a 4-star tight end, a 4-star right outside linebacker, so I am pretty happy about that. But it's finally here, the game that does really matter, as we take on the Minnesota Golden Gophers with PJ Fleck. Hopefully we can stop their boat in motion, if you get that reference. But the Gophers started this season at 3-1, dropped now to 4-5 as Big Ten play did kick off. But with us ranked 20th in the country right now, hopefully we can continue to push this forward. I want to pick it up on our first drive of the game, where we are going to swing it out to Kyle, and if the blocking does get there, maybe we can make a big play. But looking at our offensive stats, 365 yards per game, as I see the crossing route come in as we hit Dremel. Dremel's off to the races, making one man miss, already down to the 35. Shepard just continuing to be a beast for us here, as an RPO is going to get us down to the 28, where I do want to try to look for a hitter here. So we're actually going to go out to Kyle. The pick play kind of works. Kyle's out to the races here. The big running back getting down, and what a spin move to get forward, and he's almost into the end zone. What a play from him. That's why he is one of the best at his position. Unfortunately, though, we're going to be missing him after this season, but it's why one of our biggest needs was running back, and we went out and got ourselves a 4-star with a gem, as we do punch this into the end zone. But that one drive was basically all the offensive help they need, as so far they scored on every possession except for one today. But we're going to step in to put this game away here. Kyle, good play to the outside. But Shepard, 350 passing yards. That's the type of talent that he has as we go out now. If the blocks can get there, good spin move again. That is so filthy. But with 8 major recruits in attendance here, can we put this one away? First down's not going to happen there, but it will happen on this play as long as we can get forward, and we do with Brown as we take it to the outside continuously, but now we get called short. Oh my goodness, we had the first down. We just got stuck on the lineman, and he carried us behind the line of scrimmage. But thank goodness, after booth review, they ended up giving it to us. I don't know how that did happen, as we need to continuously run down this clock now, as we are going read option with Kyle. Just get forward and stay in bounds. It would be so clutch to win in front of all these recruits, as the first down is actually picked up. Stay in bounds now as we go down with Monagai. The 2-minute warning is going to go get called, as we are in field goal range, but I do want one more first down just to put icing on the cake here. I want this hole to open up, and a little bit of a trap play here, and I see it. It's there. Linebacker, good tackle though. DJ Fleck quaking his boots on the other sideline, as one of the guys we are recruiting is also in a battle with them. One of the recruits may make a decision today between us and Minnesota, as we do try to run this for the first down up the middle. We find it in more. Just please go down at this point. But that is going to be all she wrote as we walk away with the win in Rutgers Stadium, taking on a Big Ten opponent. 8 recruits in the crowd. We get the win the right way, run down this clock when it matters most, and still secure the victory. And so we're going to look on the next week. How many recruits did we win? There was 8 up for grabs, as we do get the quarterback. So we have a backup now just in case. And we got Corey Maffei. He was a big one at the guard position. But then Esteban Martino from Portsmouth, Virginia. I did not expect him to commit in this game, even though he was on a visit, but we won it. But Josh Rome competing with Minnesota for him. We walk away with the win, but the recruits just keep coming. Brett Fraggle getting in there as well, as we got a ton of guys across the board. And so right now we are sitting with the 24th best class in the country, as this would be an easy way to open it up. If this does happen, we'll make the challenges even harder when it comes to the recruiting classes. But this is going to be one of the biggest games of the season for us, a rivalry game against Maryland, where it looks like the winner of this may be considered one of the best teams inside of the Big Ten. But we're not going to be hopping into this game, as we do have a ton of recruits coming in another week against Illinois. So we're just going to be simming forward in this one, and hopefully we walked away with a win, as unfortunately, looking at it, it seems that we got blown out of the waters. Maybe the worst game from our team all season long, outside of the USC one. But against Illinois here today, this is where we do need to walk away with a win, with a ton of different recruits coming in our true second wave game for us. And this is the last time these guys are going to be able to visit, so this game is super important. But Illinois' record isn't that good, only sitting 1-6 in the Big Ten, but still, there's a lot on the line. So that means on the first drive, we are going to be coming in to try to run this football up the middle. Don't get a lot. It's already third, but we are going to be running a read option. Hopefully we can fit this in. Do break a tackle and fall forward, but now to a swing pass here. Kyle one more time, as we're just going to give it out to him, as we do have to break this back in, but the blocking isn't there. And it's funny, Illinois' defense isn't actually that bad, only rated as an 81, as we're going to have to take off here with Shepard. And this is the point about Shepard that I do really like. He's got a lot of running room here. Shepard down the sideline. The blocks don't get picked up, and we do fall forward though past midfield. Dremel's a senior and says, hey, I have no reason how to block, but hopefully our new recruits do once we do bring them in. Zig route to the inside though. Long got the grab.
Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down.
But I do want to hit big crossing route. Long in motion again though. We're going to drop back. Try to find something, as we're going to hit this one up the seam, as it's going to get knocked down. And so it's a 3rd and 4. I hope man coverage here, as it's going to be open on the sideline. Dremel, great catch. We're going crossing routes here, trying to take a shot to the end zone maybe, as we're going to be running across. I don't want to force anything, as we're just going to throw it out of bounds. And because of that, we are just going to settle down with the run. Nice and easy here. We're going to break off with our speed. Kyle running. Kyle taking it out of bounds nice and easily. But with him subbing out now, man-to-man, maybe the call. Corner route could find itself open. We break it to the outside. Can't find Long. Now we're going to look for Miller on the drag. One-on-one here. He can't break free. I'm trying to find somebody. Now he does break free, but the swat comes out from Xavier Scott, as it is 3rd and 10, and we're going back to it, targeting the corner one more time. We're going to have to step up in the pocket, break the tackle. Could we get it to the end zone? And we can't. So in this drive, we do just settle for a field goal, but we do blow it right. And so that time we walk away with no points. Our recruits may be a little bit worried, but hopefully our defense can play well and we can pick it back up. No problem. Leaking out as we're going to go to him one-on-one. Can we get the spin move? No, as it's the linebacker chasing. So close now, but 4 verticals concept. We're going to step up in the pocket, try to take off, but the linebacker in a spy, we're going to go bench concept. Something simple to the outside. Can we hit this pass in? It's a diving reception, but he's not in bounds and drops it. So once again, we need to punt this football away. This is a massive win for us. So many different recruits sitting on the bubble here, and if they're watching this game, they're like, hey, what's the difference between us and Michigan? The difference is that Michigan wins football games. We need to do the same here, as Illinois did score quick, as we have to roll out with Shepard again, and we're taking off. Nice and easy. Good spin move. Doesn't get to work too much. But Shepard's so unbelievably fast. He is only a sophomore, so our other quarterback recruits, it's going to be a little bit interesting as a pass now to the outside does fall into Dremel. Dremel off to the races. Good juke move there as he breaks a tackle going down. Senior in his second to last ever game. It's a double zig combination here. Breaking to the outside, we're going to have Miller. Miller now sprinting to the sideline, does get chased down. We failed inside the red zone last time. Hopefully not here. You just step up, scramble. I see the running back. We're going to lob it to him, and Kyle Monagai has the touchdown on the RB angle route. Good job stepping out of the pocket. This time we're able to get it off, and we do tie up this football game. And we'll see when we jump in, maybe the end of the fourth quarter. But actually, it's a lot quicker than that, as they fumbled on the first play. We have the ball back right away. We're going to try to score, but the ball comes out on our side. Luckily enough, we fall on it. So that is and isn't what we needed here. Now the big beefy tight end. Can he make the catch? No, he can't hold on. And so after everything, we just get a nice and easy field goal, but we miss it again. This kicking meter. Jai Patel can't fit it in, but we're watching this Illinois drive as they're going down the field here very, very quickly, but do end up punting it away. And right before the 2-minute warning, they're going to go ahead and just take it to halftime here. Nothing going on. Is actually they took a massive play. Illinois put up a score. Rutgers trying to match going down the field, and they're maybe going to make a field goal here as they're going to settle 3 seconds left now, and they take it to halftime without punching in anything. But we scored again in the second half. We just got an interception, so Rutgers going on a drive at the end of the third quarter. They're looking to go ahead and put it in, and they do. So can we stop Illinois in this drive? It looks like absolutely not, as they're already going down the field trying to tie up the ball game. But we did make this stop. Rutgers gets the ball back, and so it's a good feeling as we're jumping in. We're going to run down this clock here again, or at least try to, as we're going to hit this up and over the top, but it's knocked down 3rd and 6. But if it's man-to-man, Dremel here could get open to seal as we're going to get him to bite in, then back to the outside. Dremel getting forward, but he drops the football. And so we have to pin them deep and then play defense. That's what's going to happen here. Moscow going to come down, force a fair catch, but we're going to bring blitz here. We're going to make it move, make people look different as a crossing route. Oh my goodness, longer beam got beat backside, but they're going to the hurry up with our big linebacking core. We have to play well here. Something quick maybe, but Altwater is actually going to run the football and we take him down. Surprised with Altmaier, they decide to go read option there. He's not the best read option quarterback in the world, and we take advantage, but they throw it underneath the tight end. He's brought down 3rd and 10. We know this is going to be a pass, bringing the blitz. Moscow, we're going to roam middles. They actually go draw play here, and we're managing to bottle it up, and Illinois is going to punt. Instead, actually go for it. I thought maybe with a timeout they wouldn't go ahead and do it. Instead, they'd punt this ball away as they go shot across the middle, and it is going to be caught at midfield. We brought the blitz to get things out early. Didn't quite work. Now Altmaier trying to lead a drive. 3rd down. Get rid of that play. We brought the blitz there, and it didn't work. Cover 3 now coming back out as they go to the outside. We had a guy there, Dixon, but instead we let up the completion. I feel like we're just not finding success here as we try to go for the stop. Something quick and underneath. We do make a tackle to Ignosum, but they go run play now. What is this? As we do bottle it up, the clock's going to keep running here. We're going to pinch in the cover 2. Look, we can't let anything hit over our heads, so we have to drop with it. As they do go underneath, we have to make a tackle, keep them inbound, but Illinois does burn a timeout. Coverage-wise, we can't get a stop. Walker in the middle, maybe we can roll with him, tight end in motion. No shot, they go to another run here, and they do. They run it up the middle. We're trying to stand for the cutback lane, but the running back's got a lot of room putting them down as McCray goes down with an injury, and they're not afraid to get interesting with his fourth quarter, running the football here late, but we make another stop. Clock's going to keep running. They go to the air now, finally, sitting over top. We're rolling with it. They go out to the running back, though, and we do make the stop to 4th and 1. For 4th and 1. Will it be a run play? And it is. And the running back's got a massive hole. He's going to go forward and in for the score. I wasn't expecting a run play there, but Illinois gets in. He hits the Heisman post. Tied football game here, pending the extra point. We're going to have a minute to take a win. As with so many recruits in the stands, we need to win this football game here. But Braithwaite, he's going to be the one returning here. We got to hit it here. And I see the hole. And we're through. Breaking one tackle. Great field position down the sideline. Rutgers returning it all the way almost to the 40. A huge play there. Monagai's going to come in on the run as we're going to try to take this one up the field just a little bit. 2nd and 5. but I'm going to go right back to the run here again. It's picked up, almost first down if we can get it, and Illinois burns a timeout. But we're going jet touchbacks. If we can get long to the outside, that'd be huge. All the way out there, blocks are picked up, long down the sideline, and now we're down. We're going to burn a timeout, though, and that's because I want to get the ball to the middle of the field here. Kyle, just nice and easy run. We're going to take it to the middle of the field, actually up and breaking to the outside, and we're going to take this into the end zone, try to waste a little bit of time there. But Kyle Monagai gets in for the score, and we do give a chance here to Illinois, but I like the way we stand. But all thanks to the kick return. That is such a big play as we put through the PAT. In the middle, we're going to be rolling with Powell. Cover 3 looking as we get a sack here. No time left. What a great way to maybe win this game. They're bringing everybody back to try to spike the football. 6 seconds left now, and the ball does go down. But we're going to be sitting back. Maybe pressure go through. They're going Hail Mary. Quarterback looking out, trying to throw deep, does not get it. And he's going to be rushed here and taken out of bounds, and we do win for the season, for the recruits, 9-2. We have Michigan State left, no recruitments on the line though, and we're going to take it forward past the Michigan State game. But it looks like the commits did like it enough. Danny Cleveland from Sicklerville coming in from New Jersey, that's at least one, but we did lose Slater. The visit was there. UConn was too far up though, and we did end up seeing him commit to UConn instead. Shout out UConn Dynasty. And it sucks looking at it, but Michigan State actually ended up beating us 21-17 in this game, as it was probably the worst game from a Johnny Shepard here today. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, and running the ball though. Monagai all the way out. Shepard not so much. But in good news, Ahmad Shelley, a 4-star, coming over to us. We beat out Michigan. That was the importance of the Illinois win. He was there. Melvin was there. Flood, Cleveland as well to get us into this race. But the season is officially over as we finish 9-3, and we're in the top of the Big Ten, but not quite there enough to put ourselves on the conference championship going on this week. And we dropped from the rankings after our loss, probably getting some votes to get us back in, but we finished just outside the top 25 with Florida and Indiana both sneaking in. But Cam Ward out of Miami did walk away with the Heisman Trophy. It's a different guy than what I've usually seen, so it's kind of cool with 41 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and we know he can run the football, so he probably had stats there as well. And we're in the Quick Lane Bowl. Rutgers getting theirs versus Central Michigan. That should be a win for us. We can move past it. But back-to-back bowl games for Rutgers is huge as a dynasty. Continuing the success from last year is very, very much needed. But early National Signing Day did come to pass. So many good players ended up signing, just around 15 guys. And we do have the 27th best recruiting class. I'm just a little mad we lost on Dan Forney, as well as Brendan Cleveland, as Syracuse did beat us out. But in the bowl game, we lost against Central Michigan. Not a good team. They snuck into the bowl season. Somehow they walk away with a win. Shepard had a pretty decent day and running the football. Kyle Monagai also had a good day, so I'm not sure what quite happened, but we ended up losing. This, though, is what the college football playoff does look like so far. Oregon walking away with a win against Texas. NC State beating up Clemson. That's a wild win there. Alabama fighting their way to the top with a tough one against Notre Dame. And Cincinnati beating Miami University. Not Miami the U, the other Miami from Ohio walks away with a win against Michigan to carry themselves on, but Cincinnati crushes the dreams. Miami not even ranked. And in the national championship, Oregon won. Cincinnati beat Bama to get there, so Oregon got very, very lucky with how it all came out, walking away with the win. Kez Johnson ended up getting named MVP of that final game, the wide receiver going for 150 receiving yards. But we have to turn the attention back to us. What players are leaving? And looking across the board, it is a lot. Some high overall guys. There's one we have to make sure of. Kyle Monagai is going to be probably drafted, which will help us out in the long run with pro potential. But at wide receiver, losing a Chris Long, Dremel, and Miller, so our 3 starting wide receivers. But our offensive line really took a hit across the board. 77s, 80s everywhere, all leaving, as well as Lewis on the defensive line. The corner room too taking a big hit with Eric Rogers, longer beam gone, Dixon gone in the secondary, Igvanosum also with Loyal. But the transfer portal did open up. 2 guys from Syracuse, and then an interesting one. Amari Daniels, running back, Texas A&M, could replace Kyle Monagai, and with him being there 5th on our list, we're offering him, we're going after him. I think he could be the perfect replacement for him. But the number 15th ranked corner is always exciting. Jaden Bellamy wants to come over. And then lastly, a tight end, Dan Villanari. He would be very, very nice. We gave him an offer too to beef up that tight end position, one of the weaker positions for us on the offensive side. But we only have 14 guys signed right now. We're pushing hard here at this point in the transfer portal in the offseason. Hopefully, fingers crossed it can work out for us. But after day one, we got our first one with Donnie Melvin. He's going to be the only one that committed, but we did move up across the board, except for the right end position. It looked like we dropped down on somebody's board, but the nice thing is we can be more targeted with our points here. Scrolling down, looking at it, Flood, we're going to get him first place. Looks like North Carolina's dropped out of that race. This one's a little scary with Wisconsin being there competing with us, but Daniels, we're running away with it there. It looks like the visit even went better. Everybody else dropping out of that race, but we make up ground with Jeremy Dillard. This one's risky. I want to go ahead and upgrade our tackle position and our center position so we can put more points on for those guys, but Chestnut's a big one. We jump up 5th tier. The rest of it looking very, very good in week number 1. Villanari though, Penn State, Ohio State, these are tough teams to recruit again. Maybe we could throw a visit at them, but maybe we take them off our list. And I don't understand this, but Amari Daniels needed a B- playing time. I would have given him all the playing time he wanted as a 4-star transfer coming in. He would have been great for us, so it kind of ruins our plans there. But we're on a national signing day. It's all said and done, over with. Didn't have the biggest class in the world. We finished up with 29 recruits, so 6 short of what I wanted. I wanted to bring in a full class at least for this year, but looking at it across the board, we did good. But what did we rank? That's the big question right now. Looking at Ohio State had the best class. Michigan, you see a lot of Big Ten, ACC teams, but we got a 15th ranked recruiting class. That is huge for us. We got 12 different 4-stars. Where does that put us on the list? Pretty high. And then the 3-stars coming in with 15 of them as well. So that is absolutely what we needed. Now going over to position changes, I'm going to go through, see if there's any big names that need to move spots, but we need development. Yes, we don't have the development traits yet all upgraded. We spent a lot on recruiting. I think that's going to be a year number 1 focus and year number 2. Then we'll move into the development side, but let's see how we do here. One big move we are going to make is Matthew Ogawayan is going to go to wide receiver at 6'5", 205, 87, buried on our tight end depth chart. But looking at our wide receiving depth chart, it's very, very thin. So if he could develop there, that'd be very, very nice for us. But after that, not many changes except for bringing in our athletes. Casey, 75 overall running back. Slade, 76 overall quarterback as well. He may be redshirted for this season depending on how Shepard develops, because I think if Slade can develop inside of the red shirt, come back out of it, being 80 overall redshirt freshman, you can't get any better than that. But Shelley as a freshman is probably going to be a starter for us. You look over here, Rome as well. I'm thinking about moving him over to free safety, and then from there taking Shelley, moving him down into a corner to play like a slot corner role for us. I may go ahead and actually I will go ahead and do that. And so this is what it's going to look like. Shelley sitting 3rd string here, going to play him in the slot, Rome up and over the top, and then a Kawawa over to the other side. Redo that. And so this is what it's going to look like. Shelley down in the slot. You go back to free safety. Rome is holding it down, and then Amqua over at the strong safety. I really like this setup better, but it's time to move on to training, where I just really hope that our guys developed well. You see, we got the level up points, 2 different ones, which is going to help us start buying into that motivational factor as the training results are in. And I need to look at quarterback. How did we do? Shepard did not develop. That stinks. At running back, though, Benjamin taking a massive jump. Brown getting up to an 83. But the one I'm worried about, wide receiver, we get a little bit of help here. Guys developing kind of decently. Tight end position is going to see a little bit of a jump, but we brought in the big freshman, so I'm okay with that. We're up to an 84, so we took a 2 overall boot. Linebacker, one of our bigger positions of need. Walker getting up to an 84. At corner, you see a bunch of 80s now come into play. Masco leading the way at safety. Nobody upgrading, but strong safety. Levy going way up. That is a massive upgrade to him. I wish it showed where it upgraded him at, because he was sitting at a 74 overall, now going up to an 83. That jump is huge. So it's going to change up our secondary then a lot. Then offensive line, 81, 78, 78, 82, and 79. So things worked out. We're up 2 overall points, and with this now it's time to get into next season. Preseason poll ranked number 25, which is good. Couple teams in front of us that I think we could be better than like Arizona, but you got Penn State, Maryland, all these guys creeping. But after our warm-up game against Akron this year, we're going 17th, 23-19, Boston College. Before we get into Big Ten play, I want to make these games a lot harder, but we have to play Oregon this year. Interesting. We have a tougher schedule this year. Luckily, our roster has been better, so I want to go after them. We're going to see how we do, at least in the beginning. We're 6th ranked right now for them, so why not? But there's some more players here, including a 5-star in the season ranked, which is beautiful. We're going to attack some of them. No game in week number 0. It's going to be all about putting as much on this guy as possible. We're going to throw 65 on him. A little bit risky there. Back could be a quarterback, could be a running back. 6'5", 195. He's got great ball carrying stats, but the pipeline may not be a factor here. Looking through corner, we're looking really good. Elijah Harris at guard. It's 1st and 2nd. You love to see it, but we do have 600 points to spend, unlike last season. So as well, we're taking a huge jump already. We're going to keep the pressure on there. But looking at our depth chart here for year number 2, Shepherd starting quarterback, we decided to redshirt Slade, but maybe a controversial redshirt is going to be Shelley, and I think it's for the best here. Look at our cornerback room right now. So many 80 overalls. We're not losing any of them, but Shelley, give him another year to develop. That's going to be huge for us. Jerome, though, we're not redshirting him, but with our depth chart looking a little different, maybe we do make that decision. Looking at our roster, if we do something like this, I think that's a better decision for the future of this team. But checking in on the number 1 recruit almost in the country, Hyde, we're making great progress again, almost forcing top 5. We're playing Arizona, who lost in week 1, fell out of the top 25, and it looks like we barely squeaked it out, 36-35. We also barely beat Akron, so maybe a little bit to worry about, but I want to go 6-0 at least until we get into this stretch of games. Penn State, Ohio State, Maryland, Oregon, still what we're waiting for, but one battle we might be losing here. Elijah Harris, Penn State's creeping up, and I don't know what we can do, maybe besides scheduling an early visit, but Penn State beating us out too on Denton Radovich. This is a wide receiver that I really did want, and so we scheduled 2 visits, one for Harris, week number 4 early. Maybe we can make it happen, and Ricky Hyde's coming as well, and it's a game against Boston College. In at quarterback, they bring man in motion, fake the jet sweep, hand it off underneath, and it's a running back. A lot of room. Dimajabi's got to make a tackle. He'll run again. RPO action out to the outside, making the tackle, giving up the first down. But it was 4 big runs to start this game as we're going to bring some blitz. 2 5-stars in attendance have to make the plays. We fill very, very nicely. But we're going to run with Bellamy. I want them to go to the air here. I want them to go to the pass as they do go run instead. And we fill again nicely. 3rd and 12. We're going to drop to the sticks. Just try to rally and tackle everything underneath here. Maybe a shot. We just have to come up and make the tackle. Benjamin in at running back. Now the new fellas, we're going to try to get forward with him. So I really do like him at running back. Rolling out though, dumping off to the running back. We're going to cut this one back. Bring it back to the outside. We're up almost to the 45. But 2nd and 10. Benjamin again here on the run. Line gives up a big play. Blitz, bring pressure. Get it out though. The drag is going to be open. Decent spin move enough to get us to the 40. We're checking onto a run play now. We need that linebacker to get picked up, and he will. We're going to try to run it forward, at least picking up 4, as maybe the drag is going to come open here again. They're going to be all over it, though. We're just going to throw it to him eventually. Just try to outrun him to the side, and we do. The linebacker, bad look there, but the freshman tight end's in. We're going to scramble out. Can we hit this in the window? The freshman tight end trucking through, getting us down to the 5. Good job there as an RPO on the goal line. Could punch it in. Out to the outside. Fuse in. Touchdown. We got to score. To the 2-minute warning. We just need a first down off of this here. The cutback lane opens up so beautifully as we do settle for a first down. I'm going to do a Rutgers starting season number 2, 3-0. Another undefeated start here as we do get a run. Benjamin getting himself down the field, making the most of it right now as we go forward. First down. Browns got it though. Just a couple more runs should do it here as this one opens up. Benjamin finding a lane with Shepherd earlier. That's why it's big as we run this one through the gap. Full forward, don't go backwards, 3rd and inches, as we're going to try to QB sneak this one forward here for a first down, and we do get it. Game over, as you absolutely have to love that. Let's jump in. Maybe we can see how we did here in this one. Rutgers, 13th ranked in the country already in the Big Ten. And so here we go. Ricky Hyde, 5-star, 2nd best player in the country coming to Rutgers. Moses Gaydosh coming. Elijah Harris is well committed. Artrude star with a gem, making him a 5-star. Finds in at strong safety, and Tim Fakunapua gets in. But we did lose a recruit in Celesi, as you know, we will give him over to Penn State. He's a 4-star. We'll let him go over there. This is where it gets risky. Do we go all in on him as we take Celesi out? But we have 320 hours now to throw around. We can go after some more stars. If we can get him at tight end, that's a huge upgrade for us there. I said I wanted to go 6-0 before we get into these matchups, and we do just that. And in recruiting, we already have a great class. I decided to throw a little bit at 2 different wide receivers, but over 6'3" for the one, over 6'2" for the other, and it worked. I did not expect it to go that way, but we're going all in on these guys. We can throw one more prospect on, but a 4-star free safety of Brunel, Florida. We are 2 in the pipeline. He's a little bit bigger, run support. I'm going to go after him, but with getting our big guys early, our big prospects, we're allowed to throw points like this every once in a while. Just throw things out to the wind, see if they stick. But we did lose out on a 5-star. We were there, but we're going to go through sim first just to watch to see if we need to jump in. Samuel Brown sitting there as we're looking to score, and all of a sudden we have the lead in this game. But Penn State trying to retaliate, getting down inside of the red zone, only lined up with 3. Hopefully we can drive back here. Torrey with a good catch. Good run. We cross the midfield stripe, but it's a bad penalty. Kick a field goal from 53 yards. Patel hits it. Third quarter almost over. Wow. Late in the fourth quarter, Penn State misses a field goal. This is where I feel like I need to jump in because I want to take our offense, take some time off the clock here. We're going to run this one up the middle. Brown right away, and we're into the open field. Heisman difficulty. Everybody else seems to be having problems with it. So I'm getting called menu merchants. Me, I'm a chew clock merchant. We're sitting out now with Shepard. We're going to get this to the outside, out to the running back. Brown holds onto it. Picked up the guy covering him, or else he's going to be open here to come in and make the tackle. But we get the juke move, though, getting forward, as we're actually going to step up with Shepard. Try to run it away. No, we take a bad sack. Who knew that a punt would maybe seal the game, as we almost get blocked, but we pinned him down deep. We just have to go down and make a tackle here, force him inside the 20, and we do. Katron Allen, number 13 there. I'm a little bit worried about him as they dump it off. Now we just need to make that tackle one-on-one out there. But with Drew Aller gone, it's now Bo in at quarterback. Bo has to be able to make the plays here for this Penn State roster, as it's going to be out to the tight end. Just rally and tackle him, keep him inbound. So we're going to sit on it here. Roll out with the running back. As they throw to the outside, we got to get there, and we don't get the breakup. As it's going to be the outside, we do not make the play, and they're in scoring position here. 1 minute left. I think they're going to go run it. Instead, they go to the air. They throw to the outside, and it is going to be caught. Penn State touchdown late in this game. We got to go on a drive. But we have to scheme things up the right way here. Sitting across as I see him over top. And it's going to be intercepted. Oh, my goodness. You can't win every single one here. We have all of our timeouts. We got to force them to a field goal. Getting some redemption here for what happened with the recruiting game, as they're going to go ahead and try to run this one up the middle. We're filling up. Got to burn a timeout right away. We've done a good job holding Katron Allen. 23 carries, 47 yards. And there's no way they go to the air here, right? As it's going to be Katron Allen run to the outside. We just have to be able to bottle, bring him back in, make the tackle, and we force a field goal. But we need to give ourselves a shot here. We're going to go quick to the outside, go to the tight end. All of a sudden, he's got running room. We're going to the hurry up, because we're now looking again here. Out to the outside, no, we take a bad sack. We got to bring everybody back here. Try to go to the hurry up, as we just need everybody to stay in the block, please. As we're just got to chuck it up. Birthway coming back down, and that's going to be all she wrote. Penn State walked away with the win. College football playoffs still maybe a chance, as Caden Sanders had 3 touchdowns. But somehow it happened. We may have lost to Penn State, but we turned around, played number 1 Ohio State. I sim past it thinking that, hey, this is probably a loss, being the number 1 team in the nation, plus 10 overall points higher than us, and we walk away with a win. Checking out the box score here. Devin Brown, Heisman favorite, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, but we held the running game, which was insane. While on our side, we didn't run the ball that great. Shepard got it down. We just put up 439 yards of total offense, and we dominated the beginning. Ohio State almost came back in the fourth quarter, similar to the Penn State game, but we won. That's all that matters. But now we're going up against Maryland, and we're simming past it, so hopefully it is going to be a win for us. If this is our bad loss, I'm going to lose my mind. But we do get Addison McKillop, a D tackle 4-star. This is a big position that I needed for us, as well as Tyreek Gore, wide receiver, and Mike Toll, wide receiver. as our great recruiting class does continue here. The only worry now is the playing style, risk of transfer. A lot of guys here, but we did lose to Maryland 45-28, and we dropped so many points in the second half. We collapse here again. We do have a younger team, so that could be the problem. Have to do it again. Jump in against Oregon, see how well we can play. Last time it surprised me so much. This time maybe we can see it. They have a very good passing offense, but as I'm simming through, there's no point. Down 21 late in the fourth quarter. It's definitely not going to happen, as they just dropped 27 to open up this game. It's just too much, too insurmountable as we look forward. But we jump forward to the end of the season. We'll get to the record in a second, but Nico Milana did win Heisman Trophy. The Tennessee quarterback did lead them to a very good record. But this year, we got into the Las Vegas Bowl, ranked as the 24th team in the nation. But this is a very even matchup, because the Texas Tech Raiders was a team sitting at 26, receiving the most votes to get into the top 25, but not quite. All back, end of the first quarter. Can we punch in another score? At least we end up with 3 there to take a 2-score lead, but then we score again here. But with 45 seconds left, we are in scoring position here. I at least want to end up with 3 points again, and we do. And things are looking very good in this game. Up now, Texas Tech did score, but we respond with a score of our own. It's back and forth. It's our first bowl game win as the head coach here of the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, which is a big step in the program. And with some 5-stars coming in, things are about to get very, very interesting. But early National Signings Day is here, and across the board, we've talked about it so much. Our class is good. Right now, ranked number 10th. But the year number 2, NCAA Championships, Oregon's there again. We did lose them early in the year, this time taking on Texas. But look at Liberty at the bottom, number 14th ranked, making a late push. It's very interesting to see how it all played out. Arkansas State even fighting their way in. That's a really neat team fighting through. I love when teams like that get in. But we have to look at our players going ahead and leaving here today. Bellamy, Moscow, Levy. So many of our secondary wants to be gone. They want out. Bellamy's not going to get it done. Moscow, hopefully we can get him back. He's not persuaded either. What about Levy? Levy's not going to be persuaded. Crumpler, at least one of these guys, no. Big hit as a team, but we need French to come back as a junior. Thank goodness he decided to stay. Kareem did end up failing. Garland's probably going to fail as well, but luckily Humpfield is going to be coming back. No, it's not persuaded as well. But the transfer portal is going to open us up here. Hopefully, maybe we can sign a 4-star, 5-star. Looking at it, we lost Demario Mount, even though we were up on him. The deal breaker pro potential not there. And with Cummings against Tennessee, that's probably not going to happen. We can go ahead and slide that one out. So we need to pick up some corners, as Darrell Jennings also, the pro potential's not there. Dukes, we lose him to Penn State, but luckily enough, we're going to snag at least one tight end here. We're going to set him to 25, but it's crazy to see we have almost 900 hours to spend. But the draft results are here, and we didn't have anybody selected. I expected that out of this class at least, but you see Preston Stone going to the NFL, a 2nd round selection. Who's got selected in the 1st round? It was Jared Brown, the wide receiver. Is our pro potential did drop, and that's going to affect some of the recruits coming in for next season, so we need to keep an eye on that, because that was a big reason we were able to recruit 2 5-stars this year. But after everything finished up, what a class. We're sitting at 7th. Powerhouses of college football recruited above us. We're making our statement that we are here with 2 5-stars, but we need to get on to position changes to make sure our athletes get situated correctly. And the best is there is a lot of them, but one of them, running back, 80 overall. Looking at it here, he's going to be an 80 overall halfback in his freshman year. Will be starting for us. We cannot redshirt him. But Greg Klutz as well, Sicklerville, New Jersey, a scrambling quarterback, as our positions there are just getting so deep. Larry Wiles, this was an interesting one because he was big, thought he could play right outside linebacker. Instead, we're going to stick him at right end. But this is what I love to see. Bryce Lipton, 99 speed guy, halfback, wide receiver. We could make him whatever we want here. Could also play quarterback. This is a pure athlete for us. Play receiver. Maybe we stick him at corner 2 on the depth chart. Terrence Gore, though, he's going to be a receiver for us. But actually, with his size, he's going to play a better tight end or safety role. This is interesting. Wasn't expecting this. He came in looking like a wide receiver. And the same goes with Mike Tall. His size as well, 6'2", 212. But that's mostly because at quarterback, we just got really, really good. Obviously, Slade last year, Klutz this year. Both of those two guys insane. Suras, though, developing well in his own right. But at running back, Kuzi and Hyde, both of them there two guys coming in to play well. At 6'5", 193, Lipton, he has to play wide receiver. Actually could play tight end, be a matchup nightmare at a 99 speed. But at linebacker, so deep now. And our defensive line took the same as well. Killop came in at 74 overall freshman. He's going to get redshirted just because of depth. But Harris is going to be our starting right tackle, 79 overall. You have to make that happen. We ended up taking the left tackle, moving him into the guard spot as he's going to be sitting at an 83 there. But Harris is going to be our starting right tackle, 79 overall. You have to make that happen. We ended up taking the left tackle, moving him into the guard spot as he's going to be sitting at an 83 there. My hope is then that'll allow us to go ahead and redshirt Maffei just to keep him around longer. Quarterback Shepard, senior year, 85 overall. Spade getting up to a 79. At running back, Benjamin Cozy Winowich. Those, it's going to be interesting because of the 5-star coming in. He probably will not get the starting nod, even though he probably should as a freshman. But at receiver, this is what we needed to see. Slaughter, we redshirted him. He's now up to an 80 overall, which is huge. And at tight end, still nobody up to that 80 overall mark. We have a lot of depth there, but we need somebody to break out for us. But our offensive line going through got so much better as we're up now to an 85 overall. So we did take a jump. Our defensive line looking very good as well. But I think this next recruiting class is going to be all about the development, of these guys now. Go after the 5-stars, but roam up to a 78. Maybe the weaker positions we're at, but that's okay as we look forward now onto the next year, getting our depth chart around. Looking to the start of season number 3, we're sitting at 21st ranked in the country, but after our tune-up game against Akron, we have a very tough stretch of games. Thomas Castellanos did go on to the NFL, but playing the likes of Michigan, Washington, Wisconsin, Penn State again. It is going to be interesting. The nice thing, though, is we don't play Oregon. As looking at our recruiting board, we have 3 major 5-stars that I do want to get at, but then 2 the 4-star gems that we did go ahead and scout going into this year. It's going to be interesting to see if we can lock all of these guys down, have the same type of success that we had last year. But as we're facing off against Akron, our depth chart's going to have Shepard still starting for us, but our only big change is going to be at wide receiver. You see Lipton down here at 6th. Yes, not the best receiver in the world at freshman, but with his talent, speed, and everything else, we are going to be starting him at slot receiver. I think that's where he's going to find his success. But a 6'5", 6'6" slot receiver is going to be a little bit interesting. But I am interested about our 5-star Ricky Hyde. He has the highest development trait in the game. He's still not going to be starting for running back for us. He's going to be back up for 3rd down and starting, but he is going to be our main power back, so hopefully some touchdowns will be made for him. And for year number 1, Elijah Harris, he's going to move to the inside for us. He's not going to be starting at tackle because he's a little bit of a lower overall there, but at 82, a freshman playing at right guard, he should have some success. But nonetheless, we are playing Akron, and hopefully in this one we should walk away with an easy win, as this is still a tune-up game for us. But with an easy win there, where it looks like we put up 49 points, we have our next game against Boston College, who did lose week number 1, dropping to 15th in the rankings, where we did go ahead and lose surprisingly. But looking at our recruiting board, we have some guys still in the race for. We did get rid of a couple gems. That's absolutely fine. It happens in the natural cycle of recruiting. You don't win every single battle. But the 5-star, I need to schedule a visit for him soon. Papoa is going to be big in the inside for us. But the hard stretch of games is already here. Michigan this week, Washington, Wisconsin, UCLA, and Penn State. This is the stretch of games that I'm worried about. Last season didn't hit till later on. But we're going to be jumping into this week to see if we can manage to take down the number 2 team in the nation and continue our climb up the rankings, at least finishing this season within the top 25. But we're going to be picking up on the first drive with our 5-star running back Hyde falling through, breaking a tackle. But that's not the only freshman starting, as Lipton's now going to get to the outside, and with 99 speed, he could be gone here. Good spin move from him, breaking another one. He could be our quarterback for us, but instead he's playing slot receiver at 6'5". But Shepard this season hasn't thrown an interception. I just hope it doesn't change with us here today, as Hyde now screenplay. Good juke to try to fall forward, but if the crossers could work here, Lipton could have a touchdown trying to get off of it, as we're going to try to step up. I saw him last second, but 3rd and 7. Pressure's going to have to come off, as we're going to step up with Shepard, roll out. Instead, we're going to pick up the first down with him on the ground. His gameplay with him just feels so unbelievably clean. His ability to run the ball is nice, but there, Hyde can't do it. And so instead, we are going to go to the play action. Out to the outside, we're going to have the big tight end, and Fletcher's got the catch and more, breaking through a tackle, as I really like the way our team does feel right now. Hyde up the middle, going forward for 7, as after this game, I'm going to make Hyde our starting running back throughout. I wanted to try him out today to see how well he played, but a run now, cutting up, 1st down, breaking breaking through a tackle. His abilities are nice, but more importantly, he does have the highest dev trait in the game. Him there is disgusting. Is up now. Lipton getting forward, rolling down. As with Hyde, hopefully we can finish this off. Run up the middle, in, touchdown as we open up against number 2 Michigan with a score. And so we score early here against Rutgers. Let's see if we can jump in later on in the game. But we're picking back up in the third quarter as Rutgers barely hanging on to a deficit here as we start with Lipton. And Lipton may be gone just like that down the sideline. Shepard did throw his first interception of the day, a pick 6. But now it's a run up the middle here as we're going to try to break this off. But the hole gets swallowed up as it's 3rd and 12. We have to get it done through the air here. Out to the outside. Can he turn up the field? Fletcher's got a lot of space. Good block from Lipton, and we do pick it up. Great job there as we're going to swing it out to Hyde. And just give it a little screen as we're going to try to get forward. Truck through, and his trucking is so good. Or maybe we can hit this here. Zig route's going to be open, but it gets batted down. It's on 3rd and 1. We just have to pick this up the middle. There's a lot of running room here for Hyde, but backside Fletcher should find himself open. If we don't, we'll just step up in the pocket. We'll take off. I see circle, but we need him as a lead blocker because Shepard's going to get in for the touchdown. And so we pick up in the 3rd quarter, lead a touchdown drive, recapture the lead in this game, and hopefully that's enough. We'll see what our defense does, but they did make the stop. And another one on top of that, even after Shepard got sacked pretty bad here, is we're going to be a chew clock merchant again here. Run up the middle. Hyde picking up an early first, but Shepard's hot, but Hyde's got to carry us here at the end of this ball game. We're going to run at the middle again here. Hyde's picking up another first down. It's a tough job running the football as we go out the outside. Lipton's got the catch. Lipton one-on-one. Lipton gets burners on. Maybe we get the juke. Doesn't work though, as the chew clock merchant allegations may continue for us. Run up the middle now. Benjamin on the carry, just going down after 3. But the 2-minute warnings here. Timeouts are going to have to be burned, but a field goal would extend it to a 7-point game. That's exactly what we need here. Is we're going to break this to the outside, hit the hole. Hyde's got to get the stiff arm. Hyde tell him to get off me, and we're almost in for the touchdown. A good job there because we actually do force a timeout, but we're going to go QB sneak on the inches yard line. Can we put it in? And we do. Shepard getting in for his 2nd rushing touchdown of the day as Rutgers takes a 2-score lead as our freshmen making massive impact plays in a 5-year rebuild. This is exactly what we need. They're going to be juniors by the time this is all said and done. This is how it's done against the number 2 team in the nation. But looking at their final drive, we know that they're going to pass the football, and man, are they all the way down in the red zone quick. 1st and goals, they do score, as it is all going to come down to an onside kick here. We have 5 points to our name, and luckily enough, we fall on it here. Just go down, please. Take the tackle, as they're going to go for the strip ball. So we need to rely. The freshman, the 5-star, we get the first down. Go down now, and this is game, as we are just going to take a QB knee. They don't burn a timeout because they know it's over, and we beat the number 2 team in the country. More importantly, a Big Ten rival. This is the type of games that we need to have. Rutgers, number 18th ranked. That is going to skyrocket for us here, hopefully. With the win, we do jump up to number 11th ranked in the country. Michigan only does drop to 6, but today we're taking on Washington, another opponent that ranks higher than us, and we're going to go jump into this game as well, as I want to see how we can do. Finally though, when we jump into one of these games, we're not playing at home, as we're traveling all the way out to Washington for this one inside of the Huskies Stadium. But it's weird at this point, as we're already the same overall as them. We've bumped up 6 overall points since starting our dynasty. Our team has developed well, but again, we're going to jump in on the opening drive here of this game. Try to go with Hyde, getting space and separation as we get out to the 45 already. All of his abilities make him such a lethal tackle breaker here, as the spin move doesn't work. But with Benjamin checking in now, we will go RPO out to the outside. We do break 1 tackle, getting forward for the first down. But I hope any of the recruits looking at this may realize how good of a program we may be, as we do go to the outside, get taken out by the ankles. So it's 3rd and 8 now. Having to scramble out, do break a tackle here. We're going to go forward with Shepard, and Shepard getting down the sideline, just slide down. Shepard himself maybe on a Heisman Trophy tear as we scramble out again. And this is going to be an easy touchdown for him, as we're going to take this inside. Great block from the inside from Slater, as we help Rutgers score early in this game, as we're going to go back to the sim. But looking at it, we may not need to, as we're going ahead. The Washington Huskies trying to form a comeback in this game, but we have a massive lead here as I continue to push us forward. Scoring again here. We hang 45 on the Washington Huskies head, but even better than that, we walk away with a massive commanding win here. Our first drive meant absolutely nothing, but that's the way we want to build this team. Shepard, another 4 touchdown performance from him. Looking at the stats, this is insane. Shepard 78, Hyde 77. The combination from those two is wild, as Lipton 64 receiving with a long of 59. So the burners are working there from the slot with 99 speed. But this win does move us up to number 7th ranked in the country, as Washington falls all the way to 11. But where is Penn State? That's another big opponent for us. They actually lost against Michigan 17-16, as they also had lost to Purdue as well. So this is going to get interesting. But while the rank seems good, recruiting's been another story here. We do get Henry Cush. He is a 4-star gem playing like a 5-star, but the linebacker that we want, it's not allowing us to go ahead and schedule a visit with him. And at this point, I think we just need to drop out. But another guy we're in a tight race for, Cade Kratz, a 4-star safety. He's another guy we can't schedule for. We need this patch to come out. And so we did reset our board a little bit in terms of priority. The guys we need, you look, this is the one I want. Danny Boone sitting there, middle linebacker we're putting money on. But we had to add a bunch of new guys in and just test the waters and see where we're at in 4-stars, because we may be already dropping down to 3-stars and putting the 4-star attention over to the transfer portal. But just an update, we did move in now to number 4th ranked in the country. Michigan's still ahead of us even though we beat them, but Penn State fell out of the rankings, and that was going to be a big matchup coming up soon. And I hate this. As we get excited, UCLA taking us down in the game. I thought it was going to be an easy one to move past here again. How did Shepard do? 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Our defense probably just couldn't get a stop, but I'm just flabbergasted as this loss going into the Penn State week now. And to kick things off, we did get 5 recruits, 5 different 4-stars, so maybe our recruiting time is back on track for us, as it looks like targeting guys that initially weren't on the list did work out for us. A couple of big jumps here, and we have 240 hours to spend. And even though Penn State's down to 4 losses on the season, only 3 wins to their name, I want to jump in Happy Valley because I really think this game means a lot for our program, as if we can consistently beat Penn State, that's a step up for us in the Big Ten. But year number 3 may be on the line here. We have 2 bad losses, but the college football playoffs is still in sight. But we're going to start off on offense here. Hyde with the carry. Our defense already made a stop as we're going to try to move forward. But running the football is going to be very, very tough as we go inside to Benjamin. Benjamin lost his star, so that's interesting. You feel bad for the senior out of Florida, but Hyde is a best player in the country type of guys. We're going to cut this one back around, try to hit the stiff arm, but his yards per carry is just proven too good. Like, he's a guy you just cannot not start here, as this is what you get. Hyde to the end zone, trying to get there, down to the 25, but maybe to the screenplay now. Outside blocking, one-on-one. Breadwater and Lipton getting 2 really good blocks to get us down to the 1, as hopefully Hyde can finish this off here with a score. Diving into the end zone, we did it again. I love the way this offense feels, even against the hardest difficulty. You have the speed, you have the talent, and you can do basically whatever you want. Rutgers right now sitting at the top 10 offense in the NCAA, and we get to show it here with some gameplay, and it's the freshmen coming out and making plays for us. But again, this is another game we don't need to jump into. Penn State getting demolished here. Rutgers, we threw all over them in this game, ran all over them as well, and even though we put up a score late, it's going to be Rutgers here today walking away with a massive win. As getting a win like this in Happy Valley is huge for us, as hopefully our rankings will jump back up. But Ricky Hyde does walk away with player of the game, 3 touchdowns to his name. That's the freshman we want to see. But this is the college football playoff rankings here. These are what matters, as Tulane up to number 4 in the country, Michigan, who we already beat, up to number 3, but we're taking on USC, who's at number 13. Both teams very evenly matched, because looking at it, a win in this game may secure us a Big Ten championship, as USC would drop to 2 losses and will own the tiebreaker there. Same with Michigan. Nebraska's a wild card in this conversation though, but at this point in the season, I'm kind of missing our home stadium for these big matchups as we travel out to California, out to the West Coast once again in a Big Ten matchup. I still hate saying that, but as always, picking up here in the first quarter with our first drive. Hyde on the carry, as the freshmen will just continue to touch the ball here. Hyde's got to hit this block, as he does. We're out to the outside now, trying to get a juke with Lipton. It's weird, but I did see Lipton is at risk of transfer due to pro potential, so that's going to be a big issue if that does happen for us. I just exhausted so many resources in him, and I don't want to see him go, as he's a great blocker, great receiver, as I just want to continually put the ball in his hands here as Hyde's down the field. Hyde's going to carry it down to the 2, as Cozy's in now. Cozy trying to get into the end zone. He's not going to get there, but that means maybe Benjamin's hurt, so we're going to need to take a look at that. Shepard's hand this one off to Hyde here again. Good blocking as we dive in for the score. The 5-star making continuous plays for us, carrying the rock this season since earning the starting nod in week number 2, as we're going to jump back into the sim here once again. But it continues here. We don't even need to jump in, as USC does put in a score, but it's 34-18 here late in this ball game. It doesn't look like we're going to have to step in much at all, as Rutgers puts up another field goal. USC trying to match with a score of their own. They don't get it. As we go into USC, grab a massive win. We're now second in the Big Ten, and the conference championship may be in sights for us, but we're now up to number 8 in the country. Michigan moves up to number 1. Ohio State lost to Oregon, so that's a Big Ten loss for them. So we may be in first looking at the standing, as this is just a beautiful sight. 6-1 right now. Ohio State is a game behind on the season, but we own the tiebreaker here, own the tiebreaker there. Same with Washington. Nebraska's the only team I'm worried about, but with these 2 last games of the schedule being against teams that are 4-6, we're not going to jump in. Look forward to the conference championship, but we did make a little bit of a comeback in the recruiting game. Now up to number 44, at one point sitting at 80th, but I want to get back up to a top 25 class to finish out our goals here. But it looks like it is going to be a rematch with Michigan. Rutgers, number 10th ranked. We lost to Maryland, beat Purdue, and it's going to be enough to get us to this Big Ten championship, which does secure us a college football playoff spot if we win. But it is here, this time not in the big house, not in Shai Stadium, instead at the Big Ten Champions Arena, as our rebuild so far is going well. So many young guys, a little bit worried at the quarterback position with Shepard leaving, but we beat this team once. Can we go ahead and do it again? But to start it off, we're sitting in defense this time, not offense. This is a run that we do bottle up. We built up our defense so well here. The linebackers so good, as maybe across the middle we're looking as it's going to be faded out to the outside, but it's just thrown away. We know this is going to be a pass. We're going to roam here with Sanders on a 3rd down quick, as it's out to the outside and it's caught. Almost broken tackle, as we do bring him down with Sanders. Blitzing on 3rd down just doesn't work in this game like other games, but it's a quick pressure up the middle though that gets a sack. But we're going to be dropping with Johnson. Is a play action, but the sack gets in there again off the edge. The sophomore Jenkins, the one getting in there. That is massive for us, as it's going to be 3rd and 22. Screenplay to the outside. We just need to make a tackle, and we do wrap him up, but that is going to bring us out on offense, and I want to be able to run this football continuously here out to the outside. So much space. Hyde, good juke move, but it's the freshman combination. Go to one, now go to the other. Lipton outside. He's got so much room here. Trying to get chased down. The spin move coming out. We're already at the 35. These 2 guys are absolute weapons for us, as we're going to go to the running back up the seam. Hyde's got the catch, getting the stiff arm to the 15. Things in this game working out so nicely to start this Big Ten championship. Hyde on the carry. Get the block coming off. No, we don't pick him up, but we still get 4 as Benjamin's in now. Maybe another run will be enough to get us forward, as we have to hurdle over our own linemen, only getting a yard, as it's a big 3rd and 5. I want to look to the scramble. Maybe the crossing route though, opening up. The freshman getting in for the score. Lipton scoring first in the Big Ten championship game, and with that, you saw the offense, you saw the defense, as we're going to go see the sim. But it looks like Michigan is going to try to respond, and they do. 10-yard touchdown now. Rutgers has to go on a good drive, but they're making their way down the field, but it's going to have to be a punt, pinning them deep here, and Michigan making quick work of it up to midfield, but they punted away. But going into halftime, looks like it is going to be a tied game. 10-10's the score. Coming back out, though, we do have a good drive. We're putting it together. 1st and goal, 2nd and goal. Score is in. Michigan did respond with 3, but it's another drive going down the field. End of the 3rd quarter, and we're in striking distance, but all we get out of it is another field goal. Still 1-score game, and this one is Michigan driving, but this is where we're going to jump back in. We've shown offense so much here. We need to show some defensive gameplay to prove that at least we could do something. Screenplay, good tackle up the middle though, as it's another sophomore making a play, as we're going to bring blitz. We have to be able to get some pressure on. We have the free rusher. The pass is made across the middle, but Rome makes the tackle, and so we step in and make the stop here. Michigan's going to punt this one. Braithwaite back to return. Where's Lipton at? Lipton being injured may be bad. We need to take a look, but a win in this game would put us at the 4th seed, a bye in the college football playoffs. First round here is this going to be a pull read. Shepard to the outside. Shepard's got a lot of space, and we're just going to be safe about it. Go ahead and try to slide down, as we do take a shot, but we did stay in bounds, so that's a big plus there. Time already ticking out. We just need a 1st down, and wow, you want to talk about the running game opening up. Lineman, I'm waiting for you to pick up that block, but the 2-minute warning's here, and Michigan knows we're going to be running the football. We're going to try to do it. Look at the blocking coming out from our team though, as we carry everybody forward. We spend so much effort on our offensive line, and it seems to be paying off. But we just need to get forward with Hyde here. Another run up the middle, falling forward. No, 3rd and 2, but on 3rd and 2 it's a read option. Everybody takes the dive. We got to take it to the outside, and no, the blocking from Mendenhall was bad, as we may not even be in field goal range, as we just need to punt this one away. Statshorn is going to pin them very, very poorly, though. They're going to start at about the 20-yard line as they go for the return, but they have to go to the air. No timeouts. We just need to keep tackling people in bounds. It's going to go quick to the outside, and they dump it off to the tight end who holds on, but they're going 5 wide. We have to sit out here with Sanders. Play this really, really well. It is going to be across the middle, and it hits right behind the linebackers. They've got a lot of running room already. Not a good look now as they're going trips to the left side. Michigan Big Ten Championship game, year number 3 of the rebuild. Hopefully some recruits are looking at this in favor as the crossing route does burn us, and maybe he stayed in bounds, and he did. So I'll take that play as a minute's almost here on the clock. We have to drop again. Something quick, something up the seam, but instead it's a crosser that does get caught. First down, but we're going to trust our guys. Go man-to-man coverage here. Up the seam, we're on it as they're going to take a shot here in the end zone, and we get burned, and it's a touchdown. Not a good look there as we went man-to-man. Moore took the top off of it, but he's going to booth review. Please, this would be a great opportunity to get the call overturned. You watch the pass coming in. Did he get the feet in bounds? I don't know if he did, but booth review said it's not overturned, so it's all going to come down to a PAT. 53 seconds left. It's our turn to go on a drive, but it's going to start on a return, and yes, I put back the freshman, the 5-star. Hyde's going to be on the return, going up the middle, trying to get some yards first, starting at the 21, but we have to do this the right way. Quick to the outside. It's going to be Slater getting up the field. Slater staying in bounds, now getting out. It was a good catch from him. As now we're going to have to scramble out. Shepard, we give chase here as we try to throw it away, but the pocket presence is working. We're going to roll out now as we're going to set our feet, throw this. You have to make this catch. Slater, we need that one, but that's an absolute killer there. Crossing route, no. Maybe this one across the middle. Torrey makes the catch. We burn a timeout. 20-20 is your score. We just need to get in the field goal range, but we're going for verticals here. That's the outside. I'm going to hit Hyde, though, on the crosser. Hyde's got a lot of space. Beats the linebacker. We can take this one back in, maybe, but we're going to burn a timeout. A big play there, and we are officially in field goal range, but I want some more yards back and have the ability to get out of bounds here. So we're going to go jet sweep. Bad blocking, though, and we're going to have to burn one more. But with this run, we're going to get ourselves to the middle of the field. Hopefully, good blocks going out. We're going to have to fall down. Go to the spike, setting up here, late field goal in this game, and we missed it. Oh my goodness, 3-2-1. We have to go to overtime. I was worried about the clock there. 2 seconds left. They may just run the ball here, and they do. We just have to make the tackle nice and easy, get him down, go to overtime. Starting off, we're going to be on offense in this overtime. It's going to be a run to the outside. Good blocks here. Hyde, one play, getting us all the way down to the 7 as his first and goal. And I see the cutback lane there. We're going to take it with Hyde, trying to get up and forward, and Hyde gets us in for the score. The freshman running back making it look easy here in 2 plays. As now it's our turn to make a stop, right, motioning around in the middle. Here as they go to the air quick. We're sitting on it. Quarterback scrambling, and that's a massive sack coming out. The sophomore getting in there with the massive plays. We're going to drop 2nd and 21. It's 4-down territory, obviously. As they hit this in the seam, it's caught Rome. Stop before the first down. That's not going to happen. As on 1st and 10, we're bringing a blitz. Have to get the pressure out. They hit it across the middle, and it's a touchdown for Michigan. So it looks like it's all setting up for a second overtime now as the kick is going to be up, and it's going to be good. This time, though, Michigan's up first on offense. Any passing we need to be ready for, but it is going to be a run. We got to scream across with Shelley to make this tackle, and we do. But we're moving to man-to-man coverage here. It's maybe inside, and we don't get the breakup. Instead, some tackles broken. Moore's too hard to stop. We're going to be sitting. They go 4 verticals concept. As we do get a sack, which is massive right now. The sophomores combining. Shelley getting in on the blitz. Sanders getting in there as well. 2nd and 18. They go 4 verticals concept again to the outside, and we get burned again on the outside. That deep ball is insane. We're not even pinching. We're set our corners to play over top. Still can't make it happen. Morgan gets in, but they're going for 2 here. Any quick slants? We're over, and we get the interception. That's huge. I don't know if we can return this here to the outside. Gilly getting down the field, getting chased down by Moore. Can we pitch it? No, we can't. But the door is open for us here as we're going to go run play. Cut this one back just a little bit. Pick up 2 yards. But I'll just continue to pound the rock here if it does work as we get a run. Get a first down. Out the outside. Hyde breaking 1 tackle. Getting the first down as I will win this game on the back of our running back if I have to. Hyde going forward. Trucking forward. Getting this down. He's over 100 yards rushing on this game now. 1st and goal. We go. We have the lane. We're in for the touchdown. It's time for the 2-point conversion. And they're pinching the box so hard here. Slater. And we get this jet sweep to work. To the outside, the cut-up lane. And we're in. Winning the Big Ten championship in overtime. Yes, we missed the field goal, but we made it work for us. In year number 3, we do exactly what we need to secure a win. Hopefully the recruits are watching, as this freshman running back, absolutely insane for us. Heisman hopeful if you ask me, but we'll see in years 4 and 5 as it's time to go now to the college football playoffs, where we did secure ourselves a spot, beating Michigan now 2 times in 1 season. But this is a great green to see as we walk away with the Big Ten championship. Contract did also get extended. Recruiting board looking a little bit better now with a bunch of 4 stars on the list. And the nice thing is we don't really need any positions, so we can kind of get who we want here late in the season. But kicker, that's somebody I just added because we need a kicker after what we saw last game. Plus he is only like a 59 overall. But the Heisman Trophy winner was announced, with Brendan Sorsby winning it out of Cincinnati, so it's a little cool to see somebody different. But it was so close for Shepard, who did finish up in 3rd place. And looking at his stats, I think he had a better year. 33 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, rushing finished with 704. Hyde behind him with only 700, but 5.2 yards per carry is kind of elite. And look at the difference between him and Benjamin, almost an entire yard per carry. That's what's important. Lipton also had 2 rushing touchdowns, but leading the way in receiving. Lipton had 11 touchdowns through the air as well, with Torrey finishing over 1,000 yards. Braithwaite over there with 800 as well. But this is what's most important now. You see it, number 2 seeded in the college football playoffs. Problem is we have to face Ohio State or Florida if we do end up walking away with a win. An interesting one also to point out is UNLV over there at this 12th seed. Temple at the 4th seed is kind of cool to see. Texas Tech, Cincinnati. So the Heisman Trophy winner did lead his team to the playoff, but with Ohio State losing, we're gonna have to play Florida, not the team I wanted. I feel like I would have rather played Ohio State, but this game is going to be very, very tough. Gators sitting at an 87 overall, which is the same as us right now, so we do have a chance with it. But the Gators dominating through the SEC, that's what worries me the most. 3 losses on the season, but we're gonna start out here actually jumping in the game. Offense, Johnson, good tackle, bottling up the running back. My goal to see if blitzes can work here, as it is going to be a run that we bottle up with Gilly. Katie Daniels did get burned there, as maybe underneath as we're there with Johnson, and we get the user interception here to start, sitting on it the entire way. Johnson walking away with the interception, as we're going to turn around now, play some offense, see if we can put up a score because of it. But MJ Johnson was one of the linebackers that we did recruit, so we got to love it. It's one of our guys here taking off now with Shepard down the sideline. We're just going to slide down nice and easily, at least get the first down. The Hyde now in is going to be an interesting run play, as that's what I'm worried about. This Gators defense is elite, so we're going to go to the air here instead, as they're bringing blitzes, as we're going to try to get it away, as it doesn't fall through. This defense is insane. DJ Lagway, quarterback, is also a major problem here. Is a zig route. Maybe we can get it open, throw it to the outside. We do get the completion late, but it is going to be a field goal that we have to put through, and we at least walk away with 3. I didn't expect Shepard to break that sack, but we're moving on now over to the sim. But Florida making very quick work after we do go to the sim, do walk away with a field goal, but we respond back. Torrey, a 75-yard touchdown here, and then we recover a fumble in territory here. We take the ball, but we're not able to do anything with it there. Rome not able to get much, as they're going to go on a drive now. Florida making their way down the field to end this first quarter, trying to put up something to tie, and they do, but we have to pick up late in this game. Clock driving down. The second half just not ours here, as we're going to go play action. Sit with it, out to the running back, get some separation. No, hurry up here before the 2-minute warning is called, where we are going to go to something interesting here. A zig route to the outside. Lipton, touchdown. He's into the score, and we cut into this Florida Gators lead just a little bit here now. But on defense, we're going to come out now and need to get a stop, but we know they have to run out the clock. They're going to give the ball to the running back here. We run to the right side. He cuts it back though, and he's at the open field. We can't let up a first down. We're going to burn a timeout. We're going to run up the middle. They're going to bring a man in motion. Jet sweep, give it to him. Run to the outside. We do have to just make this tackle. We hold him before the first down. Another timeout burn. As on 3rd and 1, man in motion, they give it to him. We're there though with Gilly to wrap up, and we force it to punt, as this is going to be in our hands. Another comeback's going to be possible. Lipton on the return. He's going to have a little bit of running room, but no blocking from behind. That's actually Isaiah Davis on the tackle. Shout out UConn Dynasty. We're going to go quick to the outside. Nice and easy. Just stay out of bounds. But he didn't get out of bounds. He fell in bounds. The knee hit the ground first. Are you kidding me? We're going to have to go to the air. Can't take a sack. Have to be smart about it. I see it to the outside. We're going to hit Braithwaite, and he gets out of bounds. We're going to keep things rolling. Maybe man coverage. No, they sit in it. Almost picked off. I thought it was man coverage. Don't want that to happen, as we're going to hit this crosser to the freshman, getting up the field, 3rd and 5. But we're in first down territory, and we're going to be able to run it here. Just get this up the field, as that's a great play call. The clock now continuing to run as we're going to hit this quick to the tight end. Fletcher's got it. Fletcher getting forward down at the 5-yard line now, where I'm not going to be afraid to run this here. Benjamin's in, 86 overall. I trust him enough here as we're going to get forward, do get tackled. We'll go right back to it here. Just get forward. This time, getting forward, in for the score. College football playoffs, things working out our way with our recruiting class coming in clutch. But we're going to go for 2 to make it a 3-point game as we're going to cut this up with Lipton here. Nice and easy. He is so dangerous on the reverses, on the jets. Whatever you want to run with him, he will make it happen. They have all their timeouts to work with. We may be going to another overtime game here if we can't get a stop. We're going cover 4, sitting in it nice and easy. They throw it underneath. He's got so much running room here. Good job, good tackle from Rome, but I want our corners playing off just a little bit here if they get burned, but they do get burned. Sanders, what a bad job. We're playing them overall, trying to spread everybody around. 20 seconds left on the clock. Quick to the sideline. It's a bad throw, but if it's a 4 verticals, I want to sit in this quick here as we do make the tackle. It's a timeout, but now 14 seconds left. We just got to keep him in bounds here. Going to the outside, pressure coming, and we get a sack here. This may be the end of the game. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're moving on. What a play from our defense, coming up clutch when we need them as we move on here in the national championship. At least getting our way there. We still have one more game, and I feel like we got lucky after beating Florida because we had to take on Pitt, and Pitt is a much worse college football team, but we can't be too overzealous because they are the 3 seed and did take down Michigan. But we're going to need to see if we need to jump in here in the Rose Bowl. As Pitt is driving early, puts up a nice score in this one. Rutgers now driving to match as it's going to be a punt. We don't end up putting in any points, but here to the halftime now, we're shut out in this game. It's as simple as that. We've got no points up on the board here. Simming forward, finally putting a drive together, but we do not get anything out of it. Pitt now continuously playing down the field. This is wild right now. Nobody's been able to do anything, but Pitt in great scoring position, and they break it open. It's now 14-0 in this Rose Bowl. We are just getting shut out. Pitt going forward, end of the quarter as Pitt's up 21-0, and I cannot believe this. Rutgers shut out in this round. Didn't even have a chance to get anything rolling in this game, as maybe I over-talked Pitt, told how bad they were because they just came into the Rose Bowl and completely dominated us. And I hate that this is the way Shepard ends his career. No touchdowns, 3 interceptions, running the football. Hyde didn't even have a good day either. Shepard, though, ran for 65, but this is absolutely wild. But it does make me feel a little bit better that Pitt ended up winning the national championship over Oregon. I would have liked to take down Oregon. I felt like that was a game we could have won, but now the players leaving. Shepard, see you later, finished 3rd in Heisman voting. You gotta love it. Benjamin, sorry man, we brought in a 5-star, played over with you, and Brightwave, he's gonna be gone. But in our secondary, the only one that's leaving is Caleb Warmack, which makes me feel very, very good. Linebacking core, Adam Wright, he's the one I'm truly worried about, but we have nobody wanting to transfer, which is a great feeling as a program. But looking at the draft, we had 3 guys taken. Shepard in the 7th round, Benjamin in the 6th round, and then Adam Wright in the 1st round. So good for our program, but the transfer portal's opening up, and we have some players that want to come in that are 4-stars. The safeties, the defense, everybody wants to come in, but Downs is going to be a major target. Fleming's going to be a major target. Same with both of the middle linebackers, but Isaiah Thomas going to try to bring him in as well. And we're starting it off with bringing in 2 different wide receivers. Need these guys to commit, but across the board, a couple of 4-stars, but we still have a very long way to go in this recruiting class. We did have 1 guy commit right away the minute I gave him a scholarship, so I can't complain. But to open up this transfer portal season, we're sitting at ranked number 22 for recruiting classes. Not too bad, but this is huge for our coach upgrade tree, as we did get the master motivator unlocked, and I need to spend some points there to make sure our overall jumps work out correctly. But with things wrapping up, we got 34 different players. Only 1 guy didn't go our way. A ton of 4-stars, so I'm excited to see where we did finish up in the rankings as we're going to go over and check it out. Isaiah Thomas, the transfer, could be very good for us. Number 1 safety in the portal, but at number 2, Cameron Fleming, we also brought him in as well, so Rome's going to have some competition if he doesn't develop. But when it comes to top classes, we're at 17 and not too bad. No 5-stars, 18 4-stars, 16 3-stars, looking really, really good. There's only a couple points separate us from breaking into the top 10. But when looking at it, Lipton took the biggest jump imaginable, up to an 89. MJ Johnson in the middle up to an 89 as well. Sanders on the outside. Quarterback, though, this is what I was worried about. Soros is going to be number 1. Slade number 2. We may mix those guys around, but our receivers, this is what we mean from a true receiving core now. 2 sophomores leading the way for us, and at tight end, Mendenhall up to an 86. That is perfect. Vines also there, but our offensive line, so many upgrades across the board. So good. Elijah Harris up to an 86, but this is wild. Ricky Hyde only up to an 83 overall. I thought he'd take a bigger jump as a superstar, but on the D line, some upgrade points as well. Martino up to an 87 on the inside. Coates up to an 86, but our linebacking core really didn't take a step back. Gaidosh, the freshman redshirt, we need to find a way to get him on the field, but at corner now, lethal. Shelley didn't upgrade at all either. White and KJ Sanders instead got a big one, but at safety, Rome is there with Gilly getting some upgrades, sitting at an 88 overall now. So this season, things should be looking a lot better for us as we're done with year 3 and push on now to year number 4. And so going into year number 4, Jamie Maddox is going to be redshirted as well as the running backs. I feel like we have to put Gibbs on a red shirt for right now, but at receiver, with not a lot of good ones coming in, we're going to throw some red shirts around. Definitely, though, not on Lipton. I cannot believe he's up to an 89. And at tight end, we'll spread the love around a little bit here. 3 different tight ends redshirting, and I'm going to go through and fill in the rest of the red shirts, and we'll take a look at the depth chart. But our depth chart's going to start with an interesting one. You see the freshman red shirt, sophomore red shirt, junior red shirt. Who do we start? They're all about the same overall, but I feel like we just have to give the nod to the best player. Only problem is he doesn't run well, so that's going to be scratched, and Slade is going to be our starter. But at running back, Hyde's going to lead the way. Cowsey there as well, but at receiver, Lipton's going to be there. And with his massive jump, a lot of it comes because he was an athlete. As you see, his deep route running is now a 96. His release is up to a 91. His ball carrying vision, though, also at a 99. He would make one dangerous third down running back as well. But linebackers, where things get interesting, running the 3-4. Havner on the one side, 90 overall. In the middle, 390 overall. And so that means one of them is going to move out to the other side. So Allegro, he's going to be starting, as he is going to be sitting at a 91 overall. So we're 90s across the board at linebacker. Corner almost there. I'm just still a little bit mad at Shelley's development. I thought he was going to develop a lot better for us. It's just not the case. He is still a sophomore, but then at safety, 85 with Cameron Fleming coming in. Rome is going to be the backup there for this one season. Gilly on the other side with Isaiah Thomas backing him up. But with everything all done, we have to look at our recruiting board to start this year. But this is a great feeling. 5-star. I saw it right away at linebacker. Have to tag him on the board, as we're actually first for multiple 5-stars here. One of them from New Jersey. We are going to throw all these guys on our board and make sure to scout them first. And I'm going to go ahead and build out the rest of the board. And looking at it, we already have a little bit of an L. Jared Boozer, the receiver. Yes, he was a 5-star. Is he great? No, that sucked. But after going through, I'm going to go ahead and scout some other people. But looks like everything's probably all set. We're going after a class that, if we recruit this right, we get everybody in our top 10. We, my friends, are looking at 5 to 10 5-star recruits, basically, thanks to some gems. And our schedule is here with us taking on Akron, then Kennesaw, then Pittsburgh. So we get a little bit of a rematch there, but then to the rest of our season this year, Big Ten opponents, Wisconsin, Ohio State, Washington do not play Penn State. Finish off with Maryland in the rivalry game. So hopefully year number 4 can go our way. We made it deep. 90 overall team, top of the league, 4th ranked in the NCAA, and that is how we're starting it. And moving on to our big game, our big rematch against Pittsburgh, we lost to Akron of all teams. Joe Moorhead leading the Akron Zips to a really good record, as Slade did have 1 interception, 341 passing yards, though. Running the ball, not too good there. Receiving, Lipton, he's going to be a stud. But then against Kennesaw State, we also got the work. I cannot believe this, but Kennesaw State making this game close. How did Slade play? Another interception for him there. And running the football, Hyde struggling again. So I don't know what the problem is, but Hyde, we put so much trust into the 5-star. He's not panning out here to start the season, but playing at Pitt, we are going to be jumping into this game offensively, defensively. I want to feel out the team just a little bit as the kick is on its way. We're back deep to return. I feel like I should put Lipton back there, but it's wide receiver Gore is going to be the one returning this one, as the lane's going to be there, and this is how we're starting the game. Okay, we'll start out on defense then, I guess, because Gore opens up this game with a touchdown return. If he doesn't get chased down, what a great play. But now we're going to come over to defense, where we have to make plays. Alguero in the middle. They go to the run. Good good swallow up there from Martino. Almost every starter across the board is from our recruiting classes. Now, we've really built our team, our Rutgers, our ways. Men in motion. Cover 3. Probably a drop off to him as they're going to take a shot across the middle and we miss it. White lets up a touchdown play out to the running back as he gets in for a score. This is actually insane. Big play, big rematch, big stakes. And so we're going to be coming out on offense now, and I feel like the only right thing to do is give the ball to Lipton. Can we get to the outside? He does break one tackle. He's off to the races here. Maybe a spin move does get it to work, and he is so dangerous. Slade at quarterback is 91 speed, and we're going to take off with him right away, trying to get some yards up the middle. But the sophomore quarterback has got to make plays here. So we're going to test this one up and over the top here as Lipton catches it, and we're deep on the play. Lipton in for the score. Oh my goodness, he is an absolute weapon. 6'5", 99 speed. His release is now up to a 91. You can't ask for a receiver better than that. Could have played quarterback for us though. Do I have to say that? Could have played quarterback. But Slade, this is your offense. Just hand the ball off to Hyde, throw it deep to Lipton, and we're good. We should be winning football games, like especially against Akron, as we get this lead now, as we're finally going to go over to the SIP. And in the fourth quarter, we're coming back in 38-35, A0 score. I want this to go our way. We're going to be going ahead and playing it. We don't even have recruits here, but the quarterback taking off down the field. We're clicking on with Sanders, trying to go for a hit stick, but Eli Holstein is dangerous at quarterback. A star, a 5-star, one of the better ones. I can't believe they got him as they go to the outside. Fleming, we can't get there. We need guys to get off blocks, and we do wrap him up. But Pitt with 355 passing yards on the days. They go now to something quick, hit it for almost a first down. The rough look here is that I do expect them to run this football, as they do give it. We need to make this tackle. Allegra, we're there. Don't bite on the juke move. But in the playoffs, the running back Lloyd took us for 135 yards on the ground today. Only 44, as I wanted to stop the run this season. We're doing just that well. The only problem is our secondary not playing that well. 3 minutes, as I do expect a run. As they're going to go play action. We're going to try to break a blitz. They throw it underneath, and it is going to be caught for a touchdown. Lobbing it in. Didn't even see the window, but Eli Holstein, he found it. We got to go on a drive now. The time is on our side. 3 minutes is a lot of time to work with, as we're going to go out to Hyde. Just get this stiff arm as he does shrug a guy off. Slade in this game. 340 passing yards to his own right here as we throw this on the outside, and it's going to be dropped interception. That could have been very, very bad. It's going to be a screenplay out to Hyde now as we're going to drop back. Take our time with it. Just get the ball out there. The blocks need to get picked up. We're going to cut this one back in just a little bit, getting the first, but I like Lipton to the sideline here. Maybe we can find it, as we are going to hit him. Lipton, he's got the reach, does make the catch, but we are going to lose a tackle here. Andrews goes down. Thank goodness we have the depth here. It's the same play we scored the touchdown on the beginning of this game, is we're going to test it. Why not? Up and over the top. Lipton, you're 6'5", make the catch as it bounces off his head. We should have been able to get that catch there. Maybe I'm biased, but across the middle, we can't get this ball out, but it's 3rd and 10. Maybe the running back here. Can we fall forward? No, it's going to be 4th and 4, but it's going to be a slant concept. Can we hit it? Maybe pressure coming. No, we got to run. Fire this in. Of course, it's Lipton making the catch, and the 2-minute warning is going to be here. Such a good catch there on 4th down. Now quick to the outside. We're going to hit it up into the top. Lipton's open again on the sideline in the flood. He's got 218 yards on the day now. We're just going to keep giving the ball if we need to, as we're going to step up with Slade, try to run away from it, and go down after 4. So I'm still not worried too much about the clock, because I'll just continue to step up all day. If these guys can just pick up their blocks, we're going to get up the field with Slade, get out of bounds, as if this is man coverage. Maybe we can hit this here. We're going to scramble out as I see him. Lipton, touchdown in, 3rd one of the day, 240 receiving yards. We have found a bona fide superstar, a Heisman Trophy type of receiver. That is who we found in Bryce Lipton. We risked, if you remember, we risked it, moving him to receiver. He was a better quarterback and a better safety, but we had safeties, we had quarterbacks. Why not go ahead and make him a receiver? Maybe he could have been a good quarterback, like a guy who developed into an 89 overall sophomore year, but I'll take him at receiver. But we're going to be in man-to-man here. Out to the outside, we almost jumped that ball for an interception. Okay, a little bit risky there on the outside, but we're trusting our D-backs. Going man-to-man coverage here, 121 left. We're on the angle routes. Instead, they hit the corner, and it's open. We have a safety on the tight end. Are you kidding me? This game may be going to overtime if we can't make a stop. Did not mean for this to be one of our biggest games of the season already, as we get burned again here on it, as they're down in field goal range already, as instead we're going to go to cover 3. Man-to-man coverage just obviously doesn't work. They sit on it here, crosser, no, out the outside. We can't even get the knockdown. We have to score again, just like that. Pick goes down the field quick on us, head topping us, rocking us to sleep. Us on offense, here we go. Maybe we could do it with a kick return. Wouldn't that be a great feeling here, as we're going to look for the lane, as I thought I saw it for a second. Concept to the outside. We're going to look for it. Up and over the top. It's Lipton again. Lipton stay in bounds. Lipton spin move. We're going to burn a timeout. Both quarterbacks now over 500 passing yards in this game. That is terrifying as we're rolling out. And of course he's open. Sideline, Lipton, hold on. No, illegal touching. Oh, that penalty hurts us here a little bit as we had him open. If we could just give him a better ball. So it's 2nd and 10 here. We're going to scramble out to this side. I don't see our numbers, but I do see a crosser. And who is it? It's Slaughter. Slaughter getting himself down the field. We're going to burn another timeout. Slade scrambling is such a dangerous weapon for us. 91 playing 92 speed. As I will just continue to use him if necessary here. Corner of the end zone is going to be caught. Of course it is. He's out of bounds though. Lipton so close. I thought that was going to be a sealer right there. But we're going to throw this up into the top, and it's knocked down. We couldn't get over the head. But this crosser may be drawing him away here. Pressure coming, and we take a really bad sack here. 4th and 14. I'm going to burn a timeout. And so this is going to be it here as I see him. He's got him burned. Lipton diving down here. He's going to get out at the 4-yard line. A risky throw underneath on a 4th and long, but I saw him burn as we can't audible. But with 21 seconds left, I'm going to look for the tight end here. Quick to the outside. He makes the catch. Can't hold on, though. That's okay. But it's 2nd and goal now. Setting up. Nice and easy. I see him in the window. And of course, it's Lipton. Lipton's 4 touchdowns on that. He is so unbelievably good. So unbelievably fun. On Heisman difficulty, I may not be able to make a stop, but we can put up some points. Almost no time left in this game, and we're going to check to go over to defense to see how we do. My only fear is, though, they have all their timeouts, so they still just need to get in the field goal range here. They need 2 good plays. So we're going to drop across the middle. Don't say anything. Quarterback's actually going to take off. We need to bring him down. Please, we need to make a tackle as he's sliding down. 3 seconds left. But now we just need to protect field goal range, and they're actually going Hail Mary here. Over to the outside, we get the knockdown, no time left, and we win the football game. So a little bit of redemption against the number 3 team in the country, against the college football playoffs last season. We win in Heinz Field. Absolutely love it as we got to continue to push on now in our season. What a day from Bryce Lipton. It wasn't me just throwing to him every single time. Slade and him connected on a 65-yard deep ball as well as a couple other throws. But this game was a classic. But you have to see, it's not just me. Lipton, player of the week again here, this time against Michigan State. We were going to jump in to see the rankings, but I wanted to take care of Michigan State first. But Lipton, 9 touchdowns in 2 games. That is absolutely insane. But going over, we're 5th in the nation, and still Pittsburgh's ahead of us with the loss as well. Pittsburgh's sitting in number 2. I'm just a little bit confused. If only we could beat Akron, then we'd be sitting 4-0 and probably 2nd in the country. But I'm happy to report recruiting going very, very well for us. 1, 2, 3 5-stars all sitting up there for us, except for we can't put on a visit for a 4-star recruit. I don't understand this glitch, as we would be able to win this quarterback if all things worked correctly. But we do have 2 guys committed to us. One, a 4-star gem running back and a 4-star gem corner. The corner is definitely needed, but we're on track to win a 5-star receiver, a left outside linebacker 5-star, a 5-star defensive tackle. I'm just still so worried about this quarterback, but things are coming down to the wire against some of our guys here. Of that top 10 right now, we're still sitting with all of them at least in play, so I have to be happy about that, as we're going to sim on for a couple more weeks until we have a big game. But before we get anywhere farther, this is just the worst feeling ever. Playing style doesn't fit. We have a 5-star. You could have everything for your dreams. Instead, go on to some other team. Arizona, have fun with a guy who doesn't like to win. But it also looks like this quarterback's not going to come our way. Thank you, Glitch. Can't schedule anything, as you were going to go ahead and lose this quarterback more than likely. But I was big looking forward to our game against Wisconsin. But in the meantime, we lost to Michigan State, dropping to 3-2 on the year. So our chances to make the playoffs at this point already slim. We can only take one more loss from there. Have to win out in the likes of Ohio State and all those games. So we're going to move past this Wisconsin game. And if we lose, our season may be chalked already, as year number 4 not going the way we want in terms of the record. And we did walk away with a loss, dropping to number 16th ranked in the country. This Ohio State game is now more important than ever. This is the game that I did want to jump into, that we are going to jump into, as this will be a big win for us if we can pull it off. But we're going to start off with this one just in the sim and see if we need to jump in by the end of the game. It's going to be a little bit different than taking over on the first drive. Looking in the 4th, we are going to jump in on offense up in this ball game. 38-31 is the score. Kuzi in our running back. We're going to give him the football here. Going up the middle, and he's got a little bit of room for 3. But we have chew clock on in this ball game. I just want to see if we can finish it out, run this ball out. As with Hyde, we do not get a good run. He's got 7 carries today for 4 yards. What a fall from grace, as we are going to go to the air, try to hit something here. Maybe the crosser to Lipton. Maybe I forced it too much. Now we're going to have to sit on defense and make a play. And what a really bad punt that is, as it's going to bounce all the way down. Shelley's just going to down it. Or maybe Maybe they're going to run it. Nope, they're going to go to the air. Quick and underneath. We do tackle him, and the 2-minute warning is going to be here. But Devin Brown is very scary at quarterback here. Cover 3, across the middle. We almost jump it. Instead, it's a broken tackle, and he's off to the races. But it's going to continue now. They actually go play action. We bring a blitz, and we do get a Devin Brown off his feet. But with guys banged up, we have to go cover 3 here. Looking for an in-breaking route, and it is there. They have the catch getting down the field. Timeout burn. But I just realized that's not even Devin Brown. That's Julian Sangin at quarterback number 10 as they go to run this football, actually play action, and they lob it. Easy touchdown. Simple as that. Our man coverage is atrocious. This is why we're recruiting more corners for year number 5. But with a minute 34 left, we just have to get it rolling. Crossing route maybe coming out as we go to Lipton. He goes down for 2. But somebody jumps off sides, and it's going to be a penalty on us here. But I want them in man-to-man coverage. We're going to go out to the outside here quick. Lipton has to make this catch in bounds, and he does. But what if a deep shot's a work? As I see it, we're going to go up and over the top. Lipton, there's no way. He's open. 99 speed. We catch it there. We got to waste some time off the clock, but just look at the speed difference here as he does get his way into the end zone. Such a good job from the 6'5", 99 speed receiver as we go up again in this ball game. But we have to hop back here on defense. No blitzing, only cover 3. That's the only thing I'm actually going to run here is we're going to drop. They go for verticals, hit it across the middle quick. We go for a massive shot though, but we're going to get our linebackers to play inside. I'm telling everybody here, play inside, please, as they hit it again up this seam. 20 seconds left. They look ready to score. We got to drop to the middle of the field. The crosser maybe as this ball's thrown out right away. That quite didn't work. 17 seconds now. They're checking a lot of different things here. We're in cover 2, watching it across the middle, and they throw it out again. We're only going to rush 3 now. Drop everybody across the middle. We're following it as they throw it out of bounds again. 4th and 10. Things looking good if we could just get a stop. We're sitting on the tight end. They're going to look for maybe a deep shot here, and they're going to throw it. And we get the interception. Thank goodness, because that could have been caught for a touchdown if that wasn't the case. 1 second left, and we take down the number 3 team in the nation as the duality of college football showing. We lose to Akron. We lose to Michigan State, but we beat Pitt, Ohio State. Come on now. This is what we're looking at as a 90 overall team. We should be playing much better, and we're showcasing it sometimes when we step into these games. But moving forward, after we beat Ohio State, we went on and beat Washington. Washington, number 2 ranked in the country currently, and then we lost to UCLA. Luckily enough, we did pick up another win against USC. We're 6-4 out of the year, out of the Big Ten championship. Luckily, we did get the 1 win there, but Purdue and Maryland are left. Purdue's just a big game for us, and that's because we have all of these recruits coming in this week against Purdue. We need to walk away with a win. Luckily though, moving forward, it looks like we did walk away with a win. This is exactly what we need against Purdue. I had to go through to this sim, but 55 points hung up is insane. I want to see the passing stats from this game to see if that whole Lipton thing is still existing right now as Hyde celebrating Hyde. I just wish he developed more, but Slade threw for 360, so now I'm even more interested, and it looks like it actually wasn't Lipton. Instead, Matthew OG was able to get it with 2 touchdowns of the day, 2 touchdowns from Mendenhall as well. But Hyde maybe figuring things out on the ground. It has taken a step back in yards per carry. But it's going to be interesting to see if we can even like maybe push our way into the college football playoff at this point. But with 4 losses, it's more than likely not going to happen. But we did get a massive win. Avery Lamar coming in as a 4-star quarterback. We continue our quarterback streak, a 4-star right tackle, a 4-star wide receiver. Connor Offset's a incredible name. But going to the end of the season, the conference championship is here, and it looks like we're not playing in it. But I do really like this. If you look at the top left, the 9th seed Rutgers, there's a chance we're going to sneak in with an at-large bid. But I have to be mad here because Tony Hicks walked away with the Heisman Trophy because I want to compare his stats over to Lipton's stats. But before we do that, we did it. Inside of the college football playoffs, we got it into that large bid, even though the Big Ten didn't go our way this season. But Lipton, 70 catches, 1,400 yards, and 15 touchdowns to his name. Well, if we scroll through here, end up on Clemson, we have to look at the difference. Did have 1,000 yards, 22 touchdowns on 73 catches. So you tell me who's better, because I really think we got snubbed. But this is how everything shaped up for us. Number 6 Penn State versus number 11 Rutgers, and the winner has to go on and play Florida. But shout out to UTEP Miners doing it better than us, 13-0, getting all the way in as the 2 seed. It's kind of wild. But we're heading into Beaver Stadium for this game. Looking at our record right now, I don't think maybe we should be here, but it is very, very tough to win in this crowd. A total whiteout. The snow's on the ground, and we're going to play this game right away as we are starting with our offense on first. Run play, we're there, Allegro filling, but their offensive line is insane across the board. All of them stars, you see it. They are going to go to the air, maybe a quick settle route as we're over top, almost get the interception as we do get it to 3rd and 11. Sitting on it now, maybe underneath throws. They're going to throw it back, and that could have been an interception as well. We didn't play Penn State in the regular season, so this game's big for us as they're going to kick this one deep to Lipton. He should have won the Heisman Trophy as Lipton on the return doesn't get anywhere, but when we get the football, you know who we're going to the outside. Actually, we're going to cut this one back in with Lipton up the middle. Good cut there. But with his numbers, maybe we can go crazy as we are going to go outside, and that's going to be caught for a completion, but he drops it actually. Maybe trying to force the ball a little bit too much here, but on the crosser, we're going to have him for the completion, but it slips out of his hands again, and so we are going to have to punt this football away. It's going to be a very, very bad punt here again, falling down as it hits off our ankle, and so now we're going to get into the sim here. Penn State on the drive as they score very, very quickly here. Rutgers, we have to respond. Going down the field, though, but after some bad sacks, we had to punt the football away. Luckily, though, in the second, we did tie up this football game, and Penn State punted it away, so the ball's in our possession, but Penn State gets it back. Going down the field, they score quick before halftime, but we're going to pick this up to try to put something on the board here. Stepping up with Slade, we have to make a play. We're going to take it to the outside, and Slade's got a lot of running room. 91 speed. I didn't see Lipton on the field. That could be a sign of injury as he is actually back in the game now. I was a little bit worried about that. My favorite target, obviously, here. So we're going to step up in the pocket again. Scramble out to the outside again and just get out of bounds. He's 91 speed, an absolute weapon at quarterback. We did bring in another quarterback, so I'm interested to see how that goes. We're scrambling out, so we're just going to drop it to him. Nice and easy over top. Lipton has the catch, get tackled from behind, already down to the 10. Play call's a little bit confusing now. Blitz coming off, though, but I see the crosser opening itself up. We drop it in nicely, and Slater has the touchdown. So before halftime, we help Rutgers tie up the ball game here. Stepping in, Dean Slaughter on the outside as that sophomore class is just so dangerous. Simming now. Penn State does punt it away, but now past halftime, this is where things are going to get interesting here. Tied football game, punts back and forth from both sides. Finally, Penn State breaks the tie. Going down, we end up tying it right back, so it's pretty even across the tilt, but it's into the 4th quarter where we are driving. Take a bad sack, though, get ourselves forward, and we do put in a score. Penn State now has to respond, and they do, and we're stepping in at the 1-yard line here to lead a game-winning drive. A little bit insane as we do get the slant to fall itself in. 3rd and 7. This is not what I expected here. We need to pick this up. We need to win this game as we're going to step up with Slade, and we're just going to take off down the field. Slade running away from everybody. As long as he doesn't fumble, we're good, but maybe a read option here to throw them off, because it is going to be a give read, but we misread it there. Slade going down. He's got 161 rushing yards on the day. Absolutely insane there from the quarterback. It's quick to the outside. Lipton, he needs to make this catch, but he can't hold on to the football. 3rd and 14, because I don't want to put the ball back in the hands of Penn State here. Sitting, running. We're going to throw this cross. It's got to be Lipton making the catch, but no. So after the punt, it's our defense that has to step up here. And on 4th and 3, they get a loss and do punt the football away, so it's in our hands again. As this time, we have to make it happen, right? We're stepping up in the pocket with Slade again. There's so much running room as they're just letting us get it from them. You ever seen a quarterback rush for 200 yards in a game? Yeah, not a lot of them came from me. Only 3 big rushes today from us. We're sitting across. I find him, see him, the tight end, Mendenhall getting the catch. It looks like wear and tear is affecting every single player right now. Everybody playing at a low overall, except for Blade. Slade rolling out, getting chased down. We take off here again, just sliding down, the pressure coming in our face. I just want to take a deep shot. Have something open up here as I see it up and over the top. Can we fit this ball in as it's intercepted instead? They're going to try to return this one. Lipton has to make the tackles. Now it's ball's back in Penn State's hand, and so it's going to be up to our defense to make a stop. We're simming this, though, as they get down the field. Not a lot of time left, and they score a field goal, and so maybe it wasn't meant to be, as Gore has to have a good return. It's as simple as that. The blocking, though, just not picked up at all as we go down at the 20 with no timeouts. We're lining up 4 verticals concept here. The pressure is going to hit us hard as we're going to take a deep shot out to the outside. It's not going to be caught, but I'm hoping here as the play calls just don't work that we can maybe step up, make something happen, as I do see him, and we throw it up to him, and it's going to be intercepted. So our season does end. We didn't have our feet set, as this one's going to be returned down, and we lose in the college football playoffs first round. It's all going to be riding now on a year number 5, as year number 4 ends in a way where I'm just not too happy with it. The quarterback play has to get a little bit better, but we have our bona fide star at running back and receiver, as this is not the ending that I want. But the end of the season had Penn State losing in the national championship to Oregon. Oregon has made it there, won it. They got the biggest recruiting class in the country on top of everything else this season. But we need to check out our own recruits and move on to year number 5. The nice thing is almost nobody's leaving. Sanders obviously gone to the NFL. Allegro's gone to the NFL as well. But our team is basically going to be staying together. We're the only wide receiver graduating for us, which is very big. But nobody wants to transfer. That's a good sign right now. We finished the season ranked number 11. We'll see what our placement is the year going in. But Nelson Burris, another 4 stars. We're going to go ahead and move on to the transfer portal because going in, we have some insane movement. As so far, we do have 20 recruits, all 4 stars and above. Where does that put us with the class? Ranked number 10. And in the transfer portal, we have some guys that want to come play for us, including a running back. A little bit interesting there, obviously, with Hyde at the starter. But all these guys are from our region, which is huge, and we'll take every single one of them. But the rest of the board is filled out. Mostly 4 stars, some 3 stars that are gems. And other than that, a kicker and a punter, because obviously you saw the punting was pretty bad. But real quick, checking out the draft results. Sanders going round 1. Allegro going round number 4. DJ Lagway led the way for quarterbacks in the draft. Getting drafted round 3 was the highest any quarterback did. And with it all said and done, we got 34 guys. A couple guys didn't commit, but we need to go over to top classes now as we do finish in 10th. One of our highest rated yet. 7 3 stars as well, with 6 of them being gems. So they're practically 4 stars. Added to the list, this recruiting class was probably our best one yet. But when it comes to position changes, I want to look at the quarterback spot because Maddox here maybe could play another position for us as he does make a really good tight end. So maybe that could be a good move. But I had to check with Bryce Lipton, but we moved him over to a running back. He's a 93 overall, but I can't. We have Hyde there. I want to keep him at receiver. But not a lot of changes after that except for Matthew OG at 6'5", 205. One of our good receivers. Was our 3rd receiver last year. I moved him over to tight end because 91 speed, 6'5". That could be another matchup nightmare for us. We just need him to put on some weight and hopefully he doesn't play in the run. But he joins KJ Juff, who did the same thing over there. These guys were part of our first recruiting class. Senior red shirts now coming in. Any of our senior red shirts, looking at our offensive line, are guys that came in from the very beginning at the center spot. Cafe moves over. Andrews there. But Harris, I need a big jump out of him as the training I think is going to bring us over a 90 overall. Only position I'm truly worried about is our defensive tackles, is our linebacking room. Still so unbelievably good. Corners is another position I am worried about. Can Shelley be the man this year as Rome is also stuck behind him at 3 safety. Thomas there. Gilly being up to an 89 overall. But looking at the training result, good jumps initially looking as Lipton didn't take an overall jump at all. That's horrible. Not what we wanted. Slaughter on the outside jumping up to a 90. Quarterback, nobody upgraded. That sucks. Slade there, 82 overall. Running back room. Hyde lost his starting job. I cannot believe it. Cozy getting up to 96 speed. He'll be our starter because he's very much better at receiving the football, and that's what works inside of our offense here is our wide receiving room. Gore, Lipton, Slaughter. Wow, so very good. But at tight end, looks like Matthew OG, the experiment worked. He's up to an 87 as well. As looking at our offensive line now across the board, everybody over an 87, it looks like, except for Calvin Daniels on the outside. But we can replace him if needed, move some people around. Our defensive line also good. 83, 86, as well as 88, 83, 82, and 82. So the red shirts did work for us as Scantlebury all the way up to an 88 is so nice. But our linebacking core, did we get the upgrades needed? Gaydosh up to an 89. MJ Johnson up to a 93. Beltung playing at an 86 as well. Corner though, our only position of worry. We have to be worried about this overall here. But from our safeties, Rome did not upgrade at all. Thomas there as well as Gill on the outside. And so quarterbacks really the only position we need to worry about. We need to redshirt our freshmen as it's time now to get on to year number 5 where it's all about winning. But you see it at the top, we're starting the year ranked number 10. Akron, Army, Ohio, our first 3 out of conference games. Nothing too crazy, but then we go into Washington, Oregon, and Penn State this year. We lost to UCLA last year, so I'm a little bit worried, but this is what we've been waiting for. A great start to the season. We're hanging up points on teams, but number 22 Washington, it's now time to jump into this game. Slaughter and Lipton have been leading this team, each averaging over 100 yards per game. We're going to jump into a gameplay first just to see how the team is this year, but from there we are going to go to a sim as Washington is 1-2 to start the year. Back there, returner is Hyde, and that's his entire role this season, which is so sad to think about as he does get one up the middle, but Causey is just a better running back in our system right now as he's an 88 overall, 96 speed, and he's got great great ability to catch to the football, and he is an elite depth trait. So that's what I love from him as well. Is we're going to take this to the outside, and the 96 speed, gone. Lipton, pick up the tackle, and just like that, that is why he is the starter in this season, and it's not going to be Hyde, as this is a great run here. And on defense, look at the stars across the board. Johnson and Gaydosh at linebacker is ridiculous, as they do run the football, and Johnson's in there. Gaydosh, though, a 96 speed user. That is ridiculous here as they go to the run again, and we fill in nicely, making the tackle. Avner off the edge is ridiculous, as we already push it to a 3rd and 9. We're watching any bit of the crossers, and we get a sack. That's why our defense is good. 91 overall. The drip is impeccable there with a tucked up jersey, but we force a punt. But coming out of halftime, it is going to be 21-24. We have the slight edge over Washington, but they're driving now in this game and take the lead. That's not what you like to see here in this game, but we respond right back. Huge play going down the field, and we punch in a touchdown to take a 3-point lead. But with a Washington punt, we have great field position on this ball. Punch it, another score. We have a 10-point lead in this game going down. Washington's trying to respond, but they went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. We respond with a touchdown of our own, and we open it up here in this 4th quarter. So many different scores. Washington can't do anything, and this is going to be all she wrote here. They did put some points up on the board late, but it's a 14-14 3rd and 4th quarter, as I have to check out the stats. I want to see how our team's doing in the stat sheet. We haven't looked at it much. As Slaughter, 4 touchdowns on 4 catches, some Randy Moss type numbers. And look at these stats from Causey at running back. 204 yards on 10 carries is nuts. Causey's built different right now, receiving numbers as well. Gore, Lipton having almost nothing, and Slaughter getting up there with 3 touchdown catches plus a rushing one as well. But Shelley had 3 interceptions, so maybe Shelley has actually panned out for us in his junior year. But we need to look on to some other games this season. But this is the game we've been waiting for. We'll go over and check the top 25. We take on Oregon this week. Oregon ranked number 1. We're ranked number 3. This could be a Big Ten championship. Oregon has just built the absolute dynasty. 6 5-stars last season. Penn State also up there, but Slade having a much better year this year through the first 5 games, almost averaging 300 yards a game and running the ball. Cozy all the way almost to 500. 100 rushing yards a game is something we're not used to, as Hyde hasn't been that great. But receiving, Gore's leading the way. A little bit interesting there. Lipton at 361, Slaughter at 241. But this is going to be a game where we're going to take it to the end of the sim, see if we need to jump in at all. We become a chew clock merchant once again. But 2 undefeated teams, Oregon 91 overall, Rutgers 91 overall. But after we open up the game with a field goal here, Oregon's going to come in tow, match with a field goal of their own. But so far, a very stagnant game. We had the ability to put up some points. But maybe we could end the first quarter with nothing, but it's just a punt coming out. Oregon finally put something on the board. We need to go ahead and match, but it's just not going to happen, as Oregon scores again here, but we score right before the half. Oregon going on another drive, and it's an explosion right before halftime. We're down 14, but in the 3rd quarter, we look like we're driving. We need to be able to put some points on. Only settle for a field goal, so it's an 11-point game, but Oregon scores a touchdown, as this one looks like it's maybe out of hand unless we can score here, and we do. But if this drive here results in points, that'd be huge. Going down the field, 1st and goal, 2nd and goal, 3rd and goal, 4th and goal, and we get stopped. But we're going to jump in now. We managed to force a punt. 2 minutes left in the game. Can we get this rolling here? We're going to take it off with Slade down the sideline. And if we're a merchant for it, let me know. But running with a 95 speed quarterback is always so much fun here. Now Lipton on the outside, getting easy catch. But we're going to need 2 touchdowns if we do want this to work. That's the rough part about it right now, is we're going to scramble out, just try to get it out to the sideline. I just don't want to take a sack. It's as simple as that. Crossing route coming in our face. And so instead, we're just going to settle for a field goal here, as this one is going to be up and good, and play defense. We need to force a punt, but we know that they're going to run the football. We have to burn some timeouts here. They go to the run. We call it. Somebody needs to make a tackle. We can't give up a 1st down, as we do get the tackle. Not the play you wanted there, is we're going to have to bring people in the box. They're going to bring man in motion. Jet sweep. No, give it off underneath, and we make the tackle for a loss. It's on 3rd and 4. They're going to actually go to the air. We guessed run, and they pick it up. Oregon completely out coaches us there, as they're going to walk in for a touchdown. Unless we can get the strip coming out, as that's going to be game. And so we lost that game. I have to see where we fall in the rankings. But luckily enough, we only fell to 7th. But we're facing Wisconsin. This is going to be another game where we have to jump in. As looking at our schedule, it's the Wisconsin game and the Penn State game that I am most worried about. But I do want to start jumping in on defense in this game, as they go run. We go fill very nicely. As across the board, our defense needs to play good if we want to beat a team like Wisconsin. As it's a run play to the outside, and we were there with Thomas the Canadian after the good play. play. They're going to set up 2nd and 7 underneath maybe, and we're going to follow with it as the quarterback's going to have everywhere to go as he just dumps it off and we make the stop. It's a good tackle from White there as they punt this one away. Lipton back to return. I would love to get a punt return. Haven't gotten one yet in NCAA 25 as we're going to take it to the outside at the 45, but I do want to start this with a deep shot. 1-on-1. Outside, Lipton going up, wins the jump ball. What a start there on the outside. I didn't like to see that Bryce Lipton still got it. Now with Simon as a 3rd down back. Hyde lost his job. Simon, can we get a decent run here as I see the hole breaking through? We squeak in 9 as with Causey. Can we pick this up here? I see it up the middle. We dive in for the end zone, dive in for the touchdown, score against Wisconsin quickly as now we're going to go to the sim after we put up some points. But Wisconsin is undefeated, one of the best teams in the country. It's going to be tough if we can win this one, but Rutgers driving again, putting up points. It looks like everything is going our way here as we do put up another score, 28-0 in this game, beating an undefeated team. That would be one of the great feelings as going into halftime. I want to keep our score the way it is as now 31-0. You want to talk about a beatdown? That's it as we put up even more. The 5-0's got to be a complete fluke. Ranked 6th in the country, a complete fluke as it's 45 in this game. As when it's all said and done, this was a commanding win here today. Slade had 3 passing touchdowns on the day for 355 yards, as well as ran for 61 on 17 carries. Cozy getting 108, Simon getting 51. Everything just looking so good as Lipton didn't get a catch. But Gore, Slaughter, both of them dominated. But the win brings us up to number 6 as UCLA actually got themselves ranked. So that's going to be our next game. But West Virginia sitting at 6-0 above us. Virginia, so they're having a good season as well. But Notre Dame, Oklahoma, and Oregon are the only teams better. But while the Penn State game is here, yes, we're going to jump into it. There's something that we have to look at. Going over to our team's schedule, it was UCLA and USC, both of them on our schedule. We had to be worried about both of them, except for we hung 70 and 66 in a row. If this isn't a telltale sign of what could happen in this Penn State game, man, I don't know. As looking at our season stats so far, Slade, tear, 33 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and receiving wise, Lipton almost eclipsing 1,000 yards already in this season. Slaughter, though, has 13 touchdowns, while Lipton is still at 10 and running. This is wild too. Our ability to run the football this year has been a difference maker for us. Poor Hyde sitting down there, 75 rushing yards on the season. That's it. But this time we're not playing in Beaver Stadium. We're here with Rutgers playing in Shai Stadium. We have 1 loss to Oregon on the season. That's it. Oregon's at number 4th right now, but you have to take a look at these overalls here. Rutgers 91, Penn State 89. But jumping into the sim first, Penn State's got the ball and they make quick work going down the field, but we hold them to a field goal. We get the ball now, Slade in hand. We need points early, but that's not going to happen. But with us getting the ball back, maybe we can go on another drive here, forcing a Penn State punt, getting down the field, but it's a bad sack and missed field goal as Penn State now takes the 10-0 lead in this game. And maybe this is a bad look, but Rutgers driving. We need points. Finally get 3 on the board, but Penn State's going to go ahead and respond here with 3 of their own. The halftime's here. We only have a couple points up on the board, that being 3. Rutgers, we need a response coming out, please. But it's just punt after punt after punt, and when you get the punt enough, Penn State's going to make you pay. Luckily enough, we managed to get a turnover. We get the ball back, and we're going to jump in. There's 4 minutes left in this one. Pressure coming off is we're going to try to get the ball out, but we take a bad sack already. And so we're going to have to go 4 verticals here, and we're going to chuck it up. 1-on-1, Slaughter can't make the catch, and coach suggestion says go for it. So we will here. We need this to come through, but it's a sack up the middle that gets us. So as the number 1 team in the country, we go down, do get the ball back, as we're going to need to go on a drive here once again, scrambling out, dumping it off to Lipton. Lipton getting up the field, maybe a spin move as we do fall at the 50, but we're down by 17 this game as Klutz is actually in. I did not even realize that. We have a different quarterback in. As that's where maybe our faults do come from, is we're going to try to chuck it up, but we just take a shot again. Time in the pocket is just not something to come by here as we go to the outside. We missed the throw to Lipton, but looking at it, broken collarbone from Slade. That may derail our last bit of the season. Our offensive line also hurt. We need to pick this one up here. And we're going to take a shot up and over the top. Is it a bad throw? Does it fall in? And we do make the catch. Let's making a good play there as they do only rush 3. We're rolling out. Trying to get somebody coming back to the football here, and can we fit this in? We don't. I'm worried about our season if this is the case here, as we're going to try to chuck this one up corner, and it's a bad throw, but the sophomore quarterback just has to make plays here. We're rolling. I see him. Slant route. Give a bad pass, but Slaughter is still going to get it in for a touchdown late. But with Penn State recovering the onside kick here, we managed to actually get a stop. We're back out here on. Have to get something rolling with the backup. We're going to chuck this up to him. Cozy, and Cozy has the catch. There's no way Cozy should have caught that on the running back wheel. We scrambled out, threw it up. We're just getting lucky. Very, very lucky here as I'm just surveying and chucking up balls. We have so many good wide receivers across the board. So many 90 overalls here. So we're going to get hit again off of it. This is ridiculous. Our offensive line playing horribly in this game right now. So we're going to have to step up with Klutz, and we're just going to take off. Get this first down from him. Please go down. Hurry up, offense. 9 seconds left. I want to get a score before the 2-minute warning, or at least take a shot to the end zone. Hopefully this can be it. They're going to be a free rusher. We're just going to dump it off to the running back, though, as Simon trying to get up the field. 2-minute warnings called. A one-on-one to the outside. We need the tight end making the play here. We're going to put it out to him. Float it up, and that's intercepted. Game over. Threw it into double coverage. Thought we could maybe break on it, but it's just a bad ball from the young quarterback as we drop this game to Penn State. As I'm tilted because this is not how I want to end the season. Obviously, we still have games ahead of us, but so many injuries across the board to our team as this loss is probably going to drop us pretty heavily in the rankings. My guess is it's going to drop us back down to 6th or 7th, as it looks like we are sitting at 6. So we have to go past this game with Purdue now. We're sitting 5-10 in the Big 12, but we lost to Purdue. Are you kidding me? This is not what we want to see. A loss here may knock us out of the college football playoff, but Klutz is just not playing well. The completion percentage bad, the touchdowns, the turnover ratio bad, and so we're going to put in Avery Lamore, our freshman quarterback, to come in and play. If we put in Maddox, he is up to a 79, but I think Avery Lamore, yes, he's a little bit slower, but his arm is a lot better, and this is what we're going to need here on a win against Michigan, hopefully, as we do go ahead and sim forward in this game. And it looks like we did win in this one, as Bryce Lipton won National Offensive Player of the Week, and we did win. Looking at the stats, 49-35, as the freshman quarterback came in through for 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. We ran the ball pretty decently, but Lipton, what a game from him. Slaughter as well. But in the Big Ten, the conference standings are all over the place. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to make the playoffs with this sort of look here. And post-conference championship, we just have to pray that we get an at-large bid. The conference championships not housing us again here. We only won it in year number 3, but looking at it, hopefully his bowl game is here. Brady Hart walks away with the Heisman Trophy. It would have been Slade if he was just healthy, but Cozy ran best running back. That is interesting. Wasn't expecting that from him, but we don't get in. We got into a bowl game. That's a tough feeling as the rebuild of the Rutgers Scarlet Knights fails thanks to injury. And so we didn't get it to a national championship. We had an above 66 win percentage. We had a top 10 recruiting class. We won a Big Ten national championship, but unfortunately couldn't walk away with the big one. Because of that, we're going to be giving away a code of NCAA 25, so make sure to comment down below if you want it. But thanks so much for watching, and as always, I will see you in the next one.